countdown. So
It's better than going dead.
all right, so we're live. Yeah, no countdown. I do have to hit the title screen though, so give me a second.
Welcome to the No Persona Zone. This is the Stream of Consciousness podcast.
Oh, there we go. The new fancy intro. Listen, I don't. You know, I'm gonna come clean with something. I don't like StreamYard's version of that countdown.
Really?
I don't like the music. I don't like the fact that it feels generic. I mean, I understand the point of it. It's supposed to be, you know, just an all around catch all for, hey, let's start the countdown. But maybe it's just me. I don't like generic things. I mean, anyway, Culture, you're muted.
Oh, boomer!
I'm happy. I did that this morning on the 6 Minute Daily for like 2 minutes. I was like,
Oh, no.
Oh, and I missed it. Oh my god!
it's
That
okay.
was
I
great.
recovered. I was like, F it. I'm restarting it. So I did.
Yeah.
I just restarted the whole thing.
It's a
Anyway.
mulligan.
It's Monday. Let me punt. You know, my goodness. No. But, no. I was going to say I can build you a custom one. I'm happy to do it. You know, I can have like crazy things happening. You know, it's easy to make it non-generic.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily really good with coming up with, I don't know, video intros. I'm not good with. I could think of everything else to put in a video and all that good stuff, but like when it comes to intros, my intros are about as bland as it could get. Like I don't know if I've ever shown you.
Today's was pretty good. I mean, we went live and then you ran the intro. I thought it was great.
Well, I'm not talking about. I am talking. I'm not talking about stream intros. I like that intro I did for the stream. That's one of those. That's one of those that I absolutely enjoy. Like the videos that I like the videos that I have here. Barring the ones that don't have any music, I think are absolutely amazing. You know, the sacred cow sacrifice I think is funny. The applesauce I think is funny. It's the applesauce. The applesauce. I'm sorry.
It is funny. That's like,
and the sacred cow sacrifice is one that I absolutely love because it's just out of nowhere. But anyway,
And Donna's in chat already.
yes, Mama Atlantean. Hello.
I'm periodically censoring my dog, so I'm suppressing his speech. If you see the mute button pop up, he usually starts growling real low, so I have like a little warning.
Yeah, well, yes, I heard him in the background. It's like, yeah, I don't mind the dog, but when you have an echo and everything, yeah, it goes on. So anyway, Culture is muting himself again.
Yeah, did you?
I'm just being respectful, and you know, you were talking, and you
don't have to mute. You don't have to mute yourself when you're talking.
I'm not talking. You were talking.
Fair enough. I mean, you don't have to mute yourself when I'm talking either, but anyway.
That's what this button is for. Did you hit the button?
You hit the button.
And then you do it again, and the people can hear you again.
The harder you shit.
Look, it keeps you from hearing my dog, you know, telling me that he wants dinner. It keeps you from hearing the rattling of pots and pans in the kitchen, or you know, it keeps people from realizing that Justin doesn't wash his hands after he goes to the bathroom.
Oh no!
That's one of those times the mute button is actually really important. AFK, if that's a mute button, a boomer button, this is a boomer switch.
Oh, oh yeah, very nice.
Yeah, see, he's done that a lot. I've been
It's
like,
all
"Dude,
that. It's all that wonderful. So I am very guilty of it. I'm guilty of hitting the boomer switch all the time because I'll mute myself and then I'll shut the mic off just in case mute for some reason doesn't want to work.
Yeah, my favorite is when the person is extra articulate and super excited because I'm always wondering what the hell they're yelling about for like a minute and a half, and then when they respond, it's a lot less excited. So I'm just like, what's going on? And they're like waving and flailing and yeah, good times.
Is that a joke about somebody we know, or is that just in general?
Oh no, just in general when it happens.
All right. So, how's everything going?
spectacular."
Yes, he sounds so spectacular today.
Well, look, I mean, it's been a work day. I made a video. People saw the video. People commented on the video. And now I have to comment back on the video comments. And then they'll comment back, and then I'll comment back. And it goes for a while. I mean, you want comments. You do. You want comments. You want interaction. It's important on YouTube that you have these things because it feeds into the logarithm.
Yeah.
Yes.
I occasionally get those comments where it's just like gibberish and stuff, or they like quote some random second. I'm like, gee, thanks for your spam, but I get rid of them.
Yeah, it's like some random account.
Trinoculus was in this morning's chat. It was bad. It was bad.
I can't believe I missed it too.
90 seconds of me going,
me. I'm totally sad I missed that one too.
Bummer. And then I was like, you know what? F it. Reload.
Are you ever up that early, AFK?
Well, wait. What time is it in the morning for you? When you do the stream?
It is your Pacific time, 8:45 a.m.
Oh yeah. No, I'm just like nose deep in work already. I start at 6. So.
I was thinking. Sorry.
Go ahead, brother.
No, go on. You were going to say something.
Nothing else to add. No, it wasn't important.
No, it's just like I was just curious because every time he goes on, it's I get the notification right around 11:15. It's like Culture's daily 6-minute review at in like a half an hour. It's like okay, so it's like almost to the middle of my day when he's going live, and it's like yeah, okay, that's about the middle mark of the day. Every time that notification goes off, interrupts the video. And everything.
I always remember it's when I can't watch. It's like, dang it.
I don't always get a chance to listen, but when I do, it's usually entertaining.
Honestly, I don't know anyone who I think has the kind of schedule that you keep Culture. I don't know. It's far more television like in like your segments kind of. I'm intrigued. I think that's pretty cool.
Well, that's kind of what I shoot for. I'm like, look, I want to do this. I want to do this one thing every day during the week that is this period of time, and it's always this period of time, and you can count on it like the sun rising and the sun setting. It's just I always felt like that's one of the things that we don't do very well on YouTube as content creators, and that we needed to get better at. And so I'm just trying to show people this is how it works. And then what's amazing is within a day or so of that idea, percolating into my brain, Latino Slant, our friend Paulie, was doing that, for his 1 minute. He does a 1 minute and he'll give you the world, right? And so I like that. I like the concept of the abbreviated clip that gives you a bunch of information and maybe digests a little of it for you, and then you're done. And then, and you feel like you learned something because that was the whole point. 6 minutes, entertainment, news, pop culture news, done. So,
yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that. I've never had a schedule mostly because I just did music videos for the longest time. And I'm going to do that again when I get my computer fixed. It will be this month, gosh darn it. I will get it done. I crunched the numbers and oh my God. So my reluctance to go and take this computer to the store. I thought I was counting back. I'm like, oh, it hasn't been that long. It's been 2 years. And what's even worse, it's a brand new gaming computer that I used for 3 days before I killed it. So that's how sad I am. I'm sorry. But when I get it fixed, I'll be able to like edit and actually like maybe record gaming, which I kind of want to do for a couple PC games. But I will never be able to keep a schedule like that. I would never be able to like monetize and do that kind of stuff just because I'm so kind of spastic. And so like I really admire people who can't, because it's like it's a job, even though like for a large portion of it, you know, up until you can get successful, it's basically coming out of your pocket, you know.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things. I say this is like, speaking of schedules, this Monday stream is it's effectively the only thing that I have scheduled right now, and it's sort of it's actually kind of replaced the Saturday streams. Because doing the Atlantean and Twicked, doing it with Tristan on Saturdays. He's not going by Twood anymore. He changed his name, and it's like Twood. And I gotta be honest, Twood is kind of annoying to say. You know, the 700th time you say it. It's funny the first time because you don't really expect it, but it's a one-off gag that kind of got stale. But no, we switched off from doing Saturdays. One, because it's you know, he lives out of state from where I live, so he's always like every other weekend. Well, before all of this shit, you know, before all the kung flu cough and everything, he'd make like weekly trips up every other week. So it's like, you know, I can't. We do one stream when he's home, but we can't really do another stream when he's up here. You know, so it's like every other week is really asinine.
Man, that really, yeah, I understand trying to find a spot that works, because I know, like, even you culture, when we did like that time jump, you tried doing a different time basically for it, you know, and.
Yeah, I was trying to move things so it would work for you guys, right? And or to move it in a way that maybe more eyeballs would get on it. And I learned a valuable lesson, and that is, don't do that.
Right.
It's one of those things. If people want to watch, they will find a way to watch it.
Yeah.
You know, if people know about it too.
Yeah, well, and I've been blessed with incredible panelists for Sunday, because you guys bring your own audience. AFK brings her audience, Atlantean, you bring your audience when you're able to join us. A lot of my friends are able to bring their own audience, people that, you know, they hang out with, the channel, their supporters, all that, and that show is growing every single week. I'm very grateful to everybody that shows up, and I love it. And thank you, Trinoculus P. Thank you.
Yes, Trinoculus. I bring my audience, which is basically your audience already, Culture.
Well,
I was like, I don't.
We all find each other. That's the other cool thing.
You know, it's like my and you know, I don't really talk about it a whole hell of a lot. I don't really like ragging on it, you know, because I know there are some, and you know, I'm not gonna name names, but. And it's sort of a serious topic, but I've seen a lot of people lately kind of getting down on the fact and being culture is everywhere. Culture is everywhere. Culture is also what is it? Culture is down upstream from politics.
Mm-hmm. I also really appreciate that, to have like just one place where you can go in and get kind of media without. At least, you know, having one side of people kind of get upset, because contrary to popular belief, there are people in this community on both sides of the political spectrum, and oftentimes I think one side or the other will forget that and say some things that will incite very strong debate.
Well, I wasn't even getting into that, but I was trying to say something else. What was I trying to say? Oh yes. One, yes, culture is everywhere, and I'm so afraid of messing that up, because I don't say it. Culture is upstream. I usually say politics is downstream from culture. That's how I've known the phrase. It's easier for me to say that than it is, to say culture is upstream from politics. It's just really weird.
Well, that's why when you try to change elements of culture, right, you're trying to change the hearts and minds of everyone around, and that's never a good thing. So that's why they target the cultural zeitgeist, the things that give the greatest impression, the things that were part of your childhood, your heartfelt things, because they're trying to change your heart. They're trying to destroy the things that you hold dear, and everything is bad that you ever knew. That's their mindset. That's their thought process. And again, it's not a pure left and right issue, as AFK was pointing out. It's the people that are on the farthest extreme that are trying to usher in something completely different that is not congruent with anyone's life experience, probably not even their own. And it's despicable. And again, I don't talk politics on my channel, and the problem is that everything is injected or with it, and we almost can't avoid it. And that's
politics. Oh, sorry. Yeah,
no, you're good.
Politics is pretty much. I don't want to interrupt people, even on my own show. It's like, I have the reins, but I still try to be nice and respectful. Well, first, Bone is here. Hello, Bone.
Hello, Bone.
Oh yes, I get it. The cookie. Ha 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 ha. I don't know why everybody calls it a cookie, but everyone gets a kick. You know what? I said it before. But one of these days, Bone, I'm actually going to take that amulet design, and I'm going to make actual cookies that look like that, just to spite you. And I will come on stream on a Monday eating my Atlantean cookie. That sounds really wrong.
Not a euphemism.
It's one of those. It's an Atlantean. It's like feeding an Alka-Seltzer to a seagull.
Oh, that's the visual.
It is a visual. It's a pastime in New England. No, I'm kidding. By the way, you overlords of YouTube, please do not demonetize. It was a joke. We as Atlanteans do not endorse throwing Alka-Seltzers to seagulls. We throw Alka-Seltzers to dogs and make them look rabid. That's acceptable.
All the creativity.
Oh god, that was a joke. That was a joke I made a long time ago, with a very close friend of mine. We were at work together, and I don't know what drove it, but I said something about the dog. I made the quote. It's like, imagine giving the dog an Alka-Seltzer to make it look rabid, and. Amulet. Oh, hello, buddy. Hello, Amulet cookies. Oh goodness. Yeah, I'll do that someday. All right. Oh my goodness, I forgot what I was saying originally because we kind of went into politics. Top of a pie or a Chex? What's a Chex?
Chex Mix. Oh no, we lost AFK.
We lost AFK. Yes. A
Chex Mix.
I know what
Chex. The little wafer things, like the mini Triscuits, the puffy
mini Triscuits.
I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
The mini cream of wheats without sugar and salted, and then
I love Chex.
Yeah.
Chex Mix with Chex.
See.
Yeah, okay.
Lonely Island even made a song about Chex Mix, and it's bombastic. Yeah, it's called Dream Girl, and the song starts out being them swooning over a girl and trying to seduce her, and then just midway it gets derailed, and they sing about Chex Mix the entire time because it rocks.
Oh my god.
I quite enjoy that song. In fact, a lot of the bands I listen to are really just like parody bands and shit. So that explains a lot about my personality.
It absolutely does. It's my goodness.
Weird Al, Flight of the Conchords.
You can't have a good musical repertoire without Weird Al. It doesn't matter whether you like parody, listen to just parody or not. Weird Al is amazing.
Yeah, I got hit hard when Robin Williams passed. But dude, we're oh, sorry. I don't know if I broke up. But Weird Al Yankovic, he will affect me if he ever leaves. But I feel like he's immortal. So
his music is.
Yeah, he looks the same too. Like I recently watched Naked Gun again. Again, the great movie. See all these parodies things that I watch. But no, I watched Naked Gun and he makes a cameo in it, and I'm just like, I forgot he's been popular since like the 80s. It's ridiculous. In fact, like probably late 70s, I think was his first kind of radio debut. 79. He did another one, Rides the Bus. There you go.
Yeah, he did the Queen song. It's like,
oh man,
that is a really weird song too. When you listen to it, we can't play it here because God forbid we get another copyright claim for showing something, 7 seconds long. But
yeah, I almost had to mute myself because the ice cream truck went by and they were playing copyright music. So
what do you mean they're playing copyright music?
Well, the song that they do, the kind of like that stuff.
Oh, the Entertainer? I don't think that's copyrighted. I think that's public domain.
Well, maybe it is by now. I wasn't sure. I thought it'd be kind of funny if you got struck for that.
The
At the
Entertainer.
very least, I would have to buy a popsicle to make up for it.
Here's the weird thing. In the right context, it's transformative. If you're talking over the top of a soundtrack, it could be said that you are transforming the original because you are making comment over the top of it. There are a lot of cases in court right now that are going to make some of these decisions for the future, which is one of the reasons why you can use a video with music on TikTok where you dance to some stupid thing, but you turn around and you play that very same video on YouTube and you will get a copyright claim for the music.
I noticed that because my niece made me get an account so I could be her friend, and there's like they have certain songs that you can choose from. But they also say, like, you can post it, but then other people, even in TikTok, won't be able to hear the music depending on the region that they live. It's really weird. And
they've created that problem for themselves. So the problem is that there are court cases right now out there in the world talking about what actually is transformative, and it's been shown you could show an entire film. And as long as you commented over the top of it, in certain instances in different jurisdictions in the United States, they've said that's transformative. You can't have a copyright claim for that. They're commenting on the film as a critic or as commentary or for educational purpose, editorial purposes, et cetera, et cetera. So the problem is that it's not been hard to find yet. And once it is, it'll solve some of the problems. But for now, the Digital Millennial Copyright Act is something that will be abused as long as they can abuse it for. Even if you let's say you're a transformative artist, you use samples and stuff like that. There have been multiple court cases that have been one saying you can sample the crap out of stuff, right? You just have to be changing the original composition. It has to be transformational. No, you can't get more transformational than a sample.
Yeah, for years I've been I was putting up, like music videos and stuff on here, and so like the certain videos that man, my throat. The certain videos that they choose to copyright, over like other ones has always kind of interested me. And like I had one struck like 4 months ago that literally has been on my channel for like 9 years. And I was like, okay, I guess something changed recently. And it was just that one video. And I was like, huh, interesting. But I guess, the world is changing, but you're right. Like the problem with copyright is it's all about the money. Because like Disney made basically the copyright laws change, right? Wasn't it them that bought the extension of? Because originally it was after 50 years or something of a creator's death, they could the copyright would basically be for anybody. It would open up. But then I remember hearing Disney did a lawsuit. And basically wanted to keep those rights because of whatever reason. And I think because of that, it's opened the bag up for the opposite direction in a way.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing, and you're right. I mean, the way the courts went with that decision is it made it so that Mickey Mouse would be able to possess a longer than normal copyright period. At the same time, recent court cases have given rights back to creators after 35 years. So that's what's happening with that's why Aliens is in a fight right now, amongst other things.
I thought it was Predator.
Oh, excuse me, Predator. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I say because the bit about the copyright thing, AFK, the copyright thing. I think since Disney, because Disney started kicking the can down the road after Walt's death, so they could keep an iron grip on Mickey Mouse. And they've been kicking that can down there, which is why now it's the creator's lifetime plus 70 years.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So it's like 7 years after death.
Yeah, and they're going to try to kick it farther down the road.
And
eventually it will be so ridiculous that people are going to be like, no. Yeah. And here's the thing. There was a famous software case called Look and Feel between Microsoft and Apple. And I always thought that was an interesting case, considering that the original concept for the GUI interface that we now interact with on a daily basis in our lives came out of Xerox. A failed Xerox thing. So this Microsoft Apple case actually defined look and feel and made it so that you can still have a similar look and feel to a certain extent, but you can't operate in the same way exactly. And so that's why Windows and your Apple interfaces operate in the same way with point and click mouse interactivity, but at the same time aren't exactly mirror images of each other. So. All right. But to answer Bones' question, and I can answer this if you want me to, Atlantean.
Yeah, go ahead, and then I'm going to continue back onto the point I was going to make after.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Answer Bone first, because this is important. Okay. I have him up. He's been waiting for about 5 minutes.
All right. Okay. So it says, I don't understand YouTube. How does Tom do his Midnight's Edge radio? Well, he just accepts the claims. You just know going in you're going to get a claim, and he plays music that are related to just soundtracks and different musical pieces that have shown up in film, because obviously that's his love is movie and television. And so you just in the background you just get claim, and they can all claim it, and they only get a certain percentage of whatever revenue the video eventually will earn. But it's not, again, it doesn't directly violate the policy or even the spirit of things. It's 100% within the realm of use. He's not claiming ownership of it. And so what comes along is just a bunch of claims. Same thing happened to me on my Dana Schwartz video. Early on in my YouTube career, I had a piece of music claimed. And so I could replace it and get rid of the claim, or I could just leave it in and just accept the claim. And even yesterday during my member live stream, if any of you were there, during the member live stream, I played the HBO Bill Maher clip of him talking about how ridiculous things were becoming. And how
that was amazing too.
Yeah, and that was really well done. And it reminded me of when he was great back when he was doing the original show Politically Incorrect before we got into real time with Bill Maher. But I played that clip in the privacy of a live stream, in a private live stream, and it got claimed later on at about 3 a.m. this morning. So I actually just clicked it out. I just trimmed it out because everybody understands the context of the clip. So I just clipped it out of the video for the members. So, but you can accept the claim and just leave it there, or you can trim the piece out, or you can get rid of it entirely, or you can just, turn the video off. It's up to you. I mean, as a creator, but it's when you actually get struck for copyright, it's something else entirely different.
Yeah.
Yeah, what he said.
Sorry, long-winded.
No, don't need to apologize. I was saying he was hanging for like 5 minutes while we were talking about that. So, you know what? Answer Bones' question about that, because I was kind of curious too. It's like, okay, but back to what I was gonna say. What Culture said. I hate the fact that I'm looking at myself on screen with the camera And I know the camera is. I'm looking at the camera, so I'm pointing to my left. But I keep thinking that the camera's mirrored, so I think it's going to point this, this way. When I'm, you know what? I'm going to fucking confuse myself just trying to explain it right now. Oh my god.
I'm pointing in the right direction, but you can't tell.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but no. Yeah. So we covered the copyright thing has been that can's been kicked down the road. As for the whole 35 years thing, that is a case of I forget the proper term, but it is something to do with returning the rights to the original creator of a piece. And the main reason I know about this is because this actually occurred. It started to occur. No, it did occur. It's still going on, actually, with the Friday the 13th series.
Mm-hmm.
I say shortly before the Friday the 13th game was about to be released, the original writer of that original film, Victor Miller. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the series or not, Culture.
I've seen it.
Well, familiar beyond knowing what it is, like the behind the scenes stuff and
I don't know
creators and everything.
Yeah.
Well, Victor Miller wrote the original script, and I want to say 2016, 2017, it was close to being 35 years after the script was written and everything. He was doing a return to rights to try to bring the script back to him to try and renegotiate a better deal for himself, for the rights of the series and the original film. And what happened with that was a long litigation process that which basically started when Sean Cunningham, the owner / creator / operator of his company Horror Inc., who directed that original film and has the rights to the Friday the 13th name, basically countersued and said Victor Miller didn't have the rights to do a return to rights. It led to it's an ongoing court case. It's a fucking mess to even try to explain. But effectively, a return of rights, I have to look up the proper term. It's basically when somebody creates something and licenses the rights out. 35 years after that was originally done, they have the option to recall the rights back to them and renegotiate. And I think that's what the creators of Predator are trying to do with the same thing, which is within their legal purview. It's in copyright law. They can do it. But it becomes the trouble comes in with. And this is what Victor Miller was up against, is determining how it was written, how the property came to be and how it was written. Like, I think it's like especially when it comes to script, if a script is a work for hire, then and you were paid to write it for somebody else, it wasn't something wasn't something that existed and you just gave the rights to. I think you wouldn't be able to do a return to rights because you were hired for that. So the rights of that script would be held by the employer because you worked for them. Whereas in Victor Miller's case, I think it was something that he wrote long before Cunningham hired him, and they brought him on for that. And again, it's a mess to try and prove. It leads to like years of court cases and everything. Copyright law is a fucking mess anyway. But that's the TLDR. That's the basic gist of it. It's something that a creator can do because I think oh god, fuck. Who did it with? Somebody did it with the Terminator series. I don't know if it was Cameron that did it with the Terminator series or his wife or something like that.
His wife, I think, had a hand in doing that. They put it into a rights battle at some point in time. So, it, yeah, yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, she put it there, he put it there. There's been a lot of stuff in Cameron's career that's been tied up legally between who owns what. That happens a lot, though. It
Oh
really
yeah.
but here's the thing: as more of these cases are setting some precedent, it'll be faster to resolve these conflicts. As it is, I mean, Disney and CBS and some others have had to eat crow, not too very recently, on some of these issues, and if they continue to eat crow, eventually, that'll be good for the creators. I don't like the idea of you creating something and then ultimately not being able to regain ownership of it. I think
Right.
if that's the circumstance, then you should be able to have an out clause in every contract, that written or unwritten. Their contracts require a term of years in most cases, depending upon what state it's drafted in. But there has to be a clearly defined, prescribed term of years.
The problem is, at least from what I know, and both sides will go into crafting a contract with the purpose to make it easier for that one side to pull out and keep what they have. Like, I can't imagine one side would go in with like, oh yeah, we'll give them this back entirely. They'd be like, well, let's make it so that in these circumstances we can keep it, or something like that. Like, I just don't have faith in a lot of the inner workings of that too, because I know in even the line of work that I've had, the people that are in charge of contracting, like they go in like it's their job, like a lawyer or something, to basically pull it apart and find the best way to make it work to their advantage. But call me a pessimist.
No. Copyright itself, I want to say almost by design, is just a mess to deal with, a mess of legal litigation. And there are ways to there are ways to get around it, or not get around it, but to make it cleaner. But no one's quite figured it out. Which kind of brings us back to the point I was saying before. We can talk about copyright all day long, but oh god, what was I saying before about copyright? Oh yeah, we were originally talking about the YouTube algorithm and everything. It's like especially in terms of YouTube, part of the problem with it is if you get claimed and you dispute it, it doesn't actually go to a formal review by anybody outside, by like a third party. It goes back to the person who made the claim.
Oh yeah, and it makes you try to have to put in your personal information too.
Oh yeah, but it's like I've had that because say not this past stream, but the stream from a couple weeks ago, episode 8, culture. You remember where Tristan gave me the video for the. Did we show you the video about the mill? Right?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Well, we say about a week about a week or so later, I found out it's like, hey, you have a copyright claim on this. I'm like, what the fuck? Why? And it turns out, yeah, the person that is like the people that had that, it's like copyright claim. It's like, okay. And let me see if I can find the email.
Well, did you look it up?
Huh?
Did you look up and see if they actually own the rights? Because that's the other problem. People making false copyright claims.
Well, I think it was on behalf of I don't know, it was like viral videos or something like that. I don't remember who it was. I'll have to look.
Yeah, those people suck.
But I don't know why it was them. It was an NBC video. It was an NBC clip.
Oh yeah, someone will claim it if they can or don't even have the rights to claim it. Honestly, there's that one company that was behind like a lot of those Naughty Dog strikes, right? It was a third party thing.
Muso.
Yeah, and they get paid to do it. So like, I imagine there are people out there who are just going through like day to day looking for that.
But that was a local NBC thing too. That was like local news uploading that. All right. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Is it bad that I want to order Uber Eats just for a milkshake? I'm like dying for one today. Our weather's been like super hot recently.
You can't go and get the milkshake?
Well, I mean, I could, but I'm on Atlantean stream right now, and that's the most important thing, you know.
That's true. But Uber Eats for a milkshake, it's like a $17 milkshake.
Oh God, I know, isn't it? No, there's a membership deal that makes everything a lot cheaper, but I wouldn't do it just for a milkshake, although it's very tempting. Mostly because the milkshakes that I actually love are actually 10 miles away. So I'm like, maybe someone in the area could pick it up on their way over.
Okay, let me see. Let me find this fucking email. I'll be able to tell you exactly what it is. Motherfucker. No.
Did you ever have that Blue Moon drink that they had at Red Robin? It was like a milk Blue Moon. It was insane.
Here's the thing. I'm going to shy away from blue milk and green milk.
Oh no, moon, not milk.
All right.
Oh.
It's
this right here.
Beer.
Oops, sorry. Let me see.
Oh, you have the letter?
Yes, I do.
All right. All right.
Is this the right one? Nope. Okay, stop. Oh, that's. Wait. What is this?
And remember, don't look at anything inappropriate while you're wearing those sunglasses, because we can see your screen.
No, I was making. No, Google Chrome has a bad. Gmail has a bad fucking habit of opening separate tabs when you switch your accounts.
Oh yeah.
It's fucking atrocious. It's like, and I keep forgetting that it does that. It pisses me off to no end. It's like, I want to look at my Gmail in the same fucking window, not a new goddamn tab. Right here. I want the milkshake too. I might take it.
Right? They make killer milkshakes, with the shakes and bananas and berries and whatever flavor you want. After this, I'm gonna go in the kitchen. I'm gonna whip up some batter, and I'm gonna bake some fucking chicken. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh, darn it!
Damn it, 8-bit! You weren't supposed to say anything. Oh goodness. Okay, let me try this again. Okay, I only have one fucking thing open. Chrome tab. All right, there we go. All right. Can y'all see this?
Okay. Si, senor.
All right. This is what it was. It says, "Hi, Atlantean. After reviewing your, because I disputed it, told him, I was like, we were talking over this. We were talking about it, and it was basically fair use. And this is what they did. It says, after reviewing your dispute, Viral Hog has decided that their copyright claim is still valid. Viral Hog has decided their copyright claim is still valid.
Yeah, it's YouTube's way of staying absolved. Like, if YouTube ever made the decision themselves, they would be liable to get sued by somebody. I feel like because they're acting like the innocent third, second party, where they're passing it along and letting the other side just read what you said, just in case they change their mind.
And look at this. This is why this can happen. The copyright owner might disagree with your dispute, or the reason you gave for disputing the claim. Hey, I love how this one is secondary to the first one. Like, the first and most important one, the copyright owner might disagree with this. Like, you don't fucking say, Nimrod. And it's like I got that email, and I'm like, you got to be fucking shitting me. This is the second video. This is the second fucking video this has happened, by the way. And both times, okay, the first one was a Gauntlet Tomb Raider stream, which they probably might have some, it's like the music was playing. I can't necessarily dispute it. But, yeah, Bone, it's fucking, it's like, sorry.
They will go after video game music a lot, more frequent than other things.
It's just like
Thomas got struck for pretty much every Lego stream he did because of the music in those games. It's pretty crazy.
It's fucking ridiculous. I mean, it's like even if you have the music and it's an automated system doing this.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's like they scan if they hear any kind of music, it's like the system automatically just alerts the people involved, and they fucking slam a claim. And it's just that part right there is the flaw in YouTube's system.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and everyone says the DMCA is flawed and easily abused. That's why, because somebody could make a claim,
Mm-hmm.
Figure out a way to prove that they own something, and if they don't agree with what you say it is, listen, the dispute gets sent back to them. And it's like they have the option to choose. It's like, okay, do I agree that this is fair use, even though it probably is fair use and justifiably defended as fair use?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't agree. My claim is still valid, even though it probably isn't.
Yeah,
Their claim is still valid. That's the worst one. Although some other ones that they do is, you know what, the people won't respond. They'll just let it sit for 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
Like that one's far worse, but
especially when you're trying to, you're monetized and you're trying to, get something going. By 30 days, you'll have killed the video.
Yeah, 30 days, the video's not going to be relevant.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. But the big companies, they're not going to chase after one small fry, but they won't rescind the dispute either.
Yeah.
They'll get whatever revenue they can, and then they'll let it expire. But no, that is just utter bullshit, and there's no legal recourse for that at all. It's like, it's like, okay, they decided my claim was invalid, even though it wasn't. We were talking over that entire fucking video. We were talking about it, laughing about it. We were discussing everything that was going on in that video.
Yeah, definitely.
I laid that out right. But because, Viral Hog is like, well, we said, it's like, and you saw the letter in the email. We just, it's like, this is your dispute. The copyright owner has claimed that their dispute is still valid. Like, who the fuck gets to decide that? If you leave the power with it, it's ridiculous. I'm not gonna fucking go on about it anymore because it's just gonna fucking piss me off. But it's like it's like if I did, it's like most of the time I know if I can't claim it back. I did a stream of a horror game called Simulacra. And the music in that played is fucking loud. It's like, you got a claim because of this music. I'm like, yeah, I know. It's there. There's not much I can do about it. It's like, it's fucking there.
Yeah.
But it's like, in other cases, it's like, fair use. I'm talking over it. There's commentary there. It's all relatively fair use and everything. It's like, I don't know. But anyway. I'm gonna fucking go on. I'm gonna go. My head's gonna explode right now just because it pissed me off so much when I got that email too. It's like, and because of course I think I was either at work or I was doing something else. That freaking notification popped up. I can't though. You have to prove that you own a video if you make a claim. That is something you have to do. You have to actually prove or offer proof that you might, that you might have the claim there. And there are consequences for someone like me. I could get flagged for a false copyright strike and have my channel deleted. Yeah. As much as it pisses me off that Viral Hog did that shit, I'm not hell-bent enough to try and do that.
Yeah, you gotta pick your battles here.
I don't have very many battles. I said I'm a small channel, Again, I don't really.
You stay low on the radar and you build up in strength, and then when something happens, you will have a solid foundation.
Yeah.
You got this, man.
I appreciate it. YouTube. Copyright night.
There are times that seems to be quite true. So.
YouTube has got their. YouTube is, you know what? All hail the YouTube algorithm and its infinite wisdom. Pay no attention to what we're saying. We're just
The
spitballing.
logarithm. The logarithm. The logarithm.
I fucking hate it.
What is it? 4 lights? There are 4 lights.
I fucking.
There are 4 lights.
I just, God. I don't know. I don't want to bite the hand that feeds, but it's like I can't win with a logarithm anyway. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, it's like I was originally going to lead into to begin with, because that's what led this whole conversation, which is good. But it's just like, you know, there are some people that I've seen, especially in the YouTube sphere, that are smaller channels. They're getting really bitter about the fact that people aren't noticing them or viewing them or whatever. It's like,
well, you have to understand, it's the same mentality as the you know, the participation trophy. You know, it is. I mean, unfortunately, it takes an awful lot of work and a dedication to the material that you're covering in order to get noticed. You know, and you have to, believe it or not, you have to collaborate with people. You can't be a mean person and do well. It doesn't work that way. I mean, some of the greatest YouTubers have been at it. Look at PewDiePie. Isn't he over a decade on the platform?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and it took him that long, but he is the biggest thing out there. And you know what he did? He said the stuff that was on his mind, and he played games. And you know what? People were happy with the things that he said that were on his mind in the games. And you know, a unique perspective is also helpful. It just depends. And you can have a great cooking channel, but it takes work. It takes dedication. You have to have a little jingle that you know is catchy, and you have to have some graphics that are cool. And you know, it's hard work. I mean, a lot of people are like, well, you just, you know, turn on a camera and yell at it. Well, yeah, that's a lot of it, but you know. That's
like the 80% that people are watching after the fact, you know.
Yeah,
and part of it is too is PewDiePie's thing. I think for most, especially most viral YouTube stars, is kind of and YouTube. PewDiePie was big a decade ago. He's been big for at least a decade, but he was popular even way back in like 2011, 2012. But it's like, oh God, it's like, I don't know. I want to say it was like just a stroke of luck that eventually just, you know, it's really mostly what it boils down to with a lot of these viral channels. It's just a stroke of luck that just happens, and people start flocking to you.
Well, I think there's also the changing with time and with the crowd as well, because like, even though at the heart PewDiePie hasn't changed, his style has changed over the years, and he, like, even his like fan base has like kind of grown up with him, mostly because of the fact that his channel is so old, and it keeps the people there. A lot of times they will stagnate. They won't change, and maybe people are done with it. My dog does not agree.
That's okay.
Well, I agree with you, and I think you're right, FK. I mean, you have to evolve. Your content has to evolve. Your approach has to evolve. You have to mix it up. You have to keep everybody, you know, engaged. I mean, I'm only speaking from my observationally from watching other people that I enjoy. So, yeah, you have to have fun and not worry about stuff. Absolutely. Yeah, I pretend I had an audience since the beginning when I didn't know 8-Bit Massacre. We all do. I mean, my very first video got 2 views, and those 2 people I knew. So it makes, you know, it's like, okay, you know, and you know what? When you talk to nobody, you get comfortable. It's 100% the case. And you have to be okay with doing that. But when you're schizophrenic, I mean, I've been doing it all my life, right?
Nice. Oh, right. I know. He gets jealous because I do watch PewDiePie.
But it's well, no, but I was more. I mean, yeah, I'm not going to poo-poo the idea of people saying, you know, don't worry about the algorithm. Man, at some point, it is something you're going to focus on because at the end of the day, whether people want to admit it or not, that's why we're here. We're not necessarily here to, make money off of the algorithm or anything, but we do create stuff to be seen. Like me, I'm a creator by nature. Okay. I love creating things, but it also puts me in a weird position because I can't make topical videos all the time.
Mhm.
Like you've seen some of the stuff that I've made, like outside of here, that's not videos or anything. And that's a lot of time and dedication in there that I just love creating things like that. But I don't always have a love for, making topical videos and just, shit that I don't give a damn about.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and I think you have to steer away from that. The reason I cover things and the way I cover things.
Right.
What?
Years of experience talking only to
I'm
myself.
sorry, Culture.
Brightest Day. No, Brightest Day is awesome. No, I love Brightest Day, and I'm one of the people who stops by Brightest Day's channel and checks stuff out.
Oh my God.
And I appreciate everybody that's doing this. It's not easy. It's a grind, but my approach is based in 100% me. This interests me. How I talk about things is that interests me. When I bring people on to be on my panel, like AFK Bard and you, Mr. Atlantean, I bring you on because I like other people's perspective. You have a unique perspective. You're different from me. I like that. The engaging conversation is important, and at the same time, as we've grown, and as, we our audience is different, and we get to interact with people, and it's amazing. And that's what gets me super passionate about the live stream. Because if you guys haven't noticed, I've gone to way more live streams than I have gone to videos. It was the other way around before, and I only gained the confidence in being able to live stream because I got to hang out with an amazing creator named Miss Teresa Martin for Miss Martin Muses. Mm-hmm. And it's still one of the channels that I love. And I love her. And she gave me the ability to have a voice and to get out there and start talking. And AFK was there the whole time. We both did
to thumb off other people's streams.
Yeah. We did amazing stuff there. And I will never not be grateful to Teresa for that, for giving me that thing. Cause it'd been a long time since I'd been up in front of people and talking and singing and dancing and all that, cause at the end of the day, you're just trying to entertain. You just do it in your own way. And I'm done pontificating for the moment. So.
No, it's fine. I'm gonna get back to that in a second as soon as I remember what I was gonna say. But I am gonna ask 8-Bit Massacre. You need to tell me, do you play on PC or do you play on a console? Because I have that game and I've been itching to dust that game off.
Play the PC. PC's best.
Jesus Christ. I'm gonna say if he has the PC version, it's gonna be great. But I can't play it on PC. I don't have a graphics card. I have the RAM that'll play it. I do not have the graphics card. What was I gonna say to Culture's bit? I don't remember.
I would.
Oh yeah. I don't know. Everyone talks. Everyone talks here about the people that helped them out and gave them a spotlight. I can't say I relate to. I don't really relate to that because I don't want to say that nobody has helped me because people have, but it was well after the fact. Well after I pretty much established myself. Mm-hmm. And it's I don't necessarily I don't know. I don't have that connection to people where somebody just brought you on to.
Well, I feel like part of the job here as a YouTube person, somebody who does it. And again, I do it more for fun than anything else. I mean, it's now that I've monetized, I make gas money and stuff, but that's great. I'm not poo-pooing it, but
no, not at all. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm very grateful. In fact, what it does is it allows me to give money to other people, creators, people who need it in the community that are suffering. Community. Don't do it. I'll say bad words.
I honestly, I've been kind of looking at it, or I guess my perspective is a little bit different because I'm not aiming to do the monetization or make something of it or beat the algorithm. But I feel like there is that belief that you mentioned where some people will be like, well, I supported you, therefore, but as trying to beat the algorithm and actually get your own thing going, I feel like there shouldn't be reaching into backwards, so to speak. Like once you're launched, oftentimes you need to reach out to other communities and other like places, I used to post like my stuff in like forums, and like I was on LiveJournal way back in the day, and like communities with strangers, you put your link out there and people would come and watch your stuff, like I feel like if people just keep their advertising basically, I guess, on Twitter or in the same communities that they started, there won't be that growth that's necessary.
I think people need to have reasonable expectations for growth. I had a very conservative expectations for growth. I also was never going to show my face on camera. I've often told this story. I don't think I've ever told it here, Atlantean, but
I don't know. Maybe you have. Maybe you haven't.
Yeah, it's. I always thought I was going to be a 3D avatar, like Fat Steven Seagal. That's how I started out. I started out with doing a movie review under Gron's Reviews. It was my first experimental thing. Then I thought, okay, if I can't do it this way, maybe I will do just a slide presentation style, much like Midnight's Edge does, where nobody's on camera and you talk about stuff. But I'm going to give everybody a little secret. You ready?
No, wait. Let me get a piece of paper. I'm good, man. I'm good.
Appearing on camera is incredibly important. If you can. If you can't, make sure you use images of humans that are relevant to the story in your thumbnails and also in your videos. Why? Because it's how the logarithm works. The logarithm looks for faces, and if it has faces pertinent to the information, the tags are all correct, there's a lot of relevant information. Do use hashtags in your videos, stuff like that. If they're all kind of tied together, that kind of puts you inside of the algorithm. And well, you have an AI robot that's basically doing all of this. I know people think of robot, they think of robot, but that's not what it is. It's a bot. It's a hive mind. It's an AI, and it's looking at the videos and deciding where to place it in recommendations. And for some reason, it likes to utilize the facial recognition component. So just keep that in mind, at least for right now.
Well, Google is pretty good at that. If you ever do Google face recognition searches, which a lot of people don't know you can do, it's pretty trippy how many successful pulls it does, as far as if you ever post it on this page or if you ever use your picture or here, it'll find it.
Yeah, it will. And that's okay. I mean, at this point, at some point, somebody's going to recognize me, right? It's just going to happen, and for the time being, I mean, it just is what it is. I mean, nobody so far aside from my family knows what I'm doing, and that's that. So
I don't know. I can tell you one thing I'm not going to do. I'm not going to cut out my face and put it in my fucking thumbnails. No way in hell. I hate doing
and
that.
Yet, if you did that.
Yeah, and you got to do crazy faces and expressions and stuff.
That's
big bobble eyes, and people will go to it. Oh, and laser eyes, bubble laser eyes.
And to me, that is selling my soul to an algorithm I do not want to sell my soul to. I will work fucking late into the night to find my own thumbnail style. And I think I actually found a really good one, but I will not succumb to that basic bitch algorithm trick just because I hate it. And there's nothing wrong with doing it. I'm not going to poo-poo people that do it, but it's not something I'm going to sell my soul to do because I don't like the look of it.
No, I understand. But I always, when I started to show my face on the camera, Atlantean, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Can I kill your stream of thought?
Fuck, I don't remember if you did or not. I think I lost I think I lost the plot in the middle of that sentence. So carry on.
Oh, all right, okay. But like I said, I mean, since I started showing my face on camera, my thumbnails have always included me. Usually in a pose that is in disbelief, or because it's in the video. I'm taking the thumbnail from the video clip that I made, so I'm not exerting a lot of effort to do a cutout of me. which I see a lot of people do. I have no trouble with it, but it's just not. It's not my style. But I do know that it works. So there's a little bit of info, and I understand. Again, not wanting to show your face on camera. I mean, but like I said, it can make a difference. So, but,
yeah, or just a very recognizable one. I know it probably wouldn't help the search, but like there are certain like icon faces where like if you see it like Mahler or Tug, that umbrella guy, or Yellow Flash, or stuff like that. Like those things, like if you see it anywhere, you're like, oh, it's that person,
Yeah.
That's helpful. At least if I'm coming from a consumer standpoint on YouTube.
See, it is very important to have a certain visual style for thumbnails. Like upper echelon gamers, you can tell what his thumbnails are just based on how he types. He uses a very specific font, and he uses a very specific color scheme for the font. It's like, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be any random image, but when you see that font, that's upper echelon. It's like, you know who that is. Who's this?
Yeah, that's part of the brand.
Like, and like I want to say, like with Razor Fist, does some is really colorful with his thumbnails, but you can just tell by his style and the way he injects even humor. He injects jokes into meta shit especially with the thumbnails. Like, you look at the thumbnail, you see some quippy joke about it. It's like, that's him. Everybody has their style, and again, some people go out of their way to put a picture of themselves, either making a really goofy face, just like, or just just I don't know. So it's usually the goofy face, and some people can make it work. I know a few creators that it works for them. It works wonderfully, but it's just in general. Most of the time, it's like, I know it works. People say do that. I'm not going to do that because, well, one, I'm not egocentric, and two, I want what I'm showing you to be the focus. But I don't know.
That's a unique part of your channel right there.
Huh?
More authentic in your eyes. You're trying to be yourself and not change.
That's exactly. And I've had discussions like this with other people. Like, I'm sort of in a rut. Like, I'm trying to I've been trying to figure out I really haven't been trying to figure out what I wanted to do. But recently I've been thinking more about, the things I want to do. Cause I started, my first video was a video I made as a reply to somebody else over Fandom Menace bullshit. And it was fun, but I don't know. It just set a precedent of doing half-assed rant videos that I didn't put all of my energy into. And because there's like, out of those older videos, there's a couple of them that I actually enjoy, that I actually had a lot of fun making. The first one that I actually had a lot of fun making was the one where I was talking about the Snake Eyes film that was supposed to come out last year. Anybody there? Am I talking to myself?
Nope, I'm here.
Okay.
The dog. That was for G.I. Joe, wasn't it?
That was Snake Eyes. It was talking about Henry Golding, and it wasn't quite talking about Henry Golding. It was talking about an article that I found. Mm-hmm. Again, it was talking about how, and this is my go-to because I thoroughly enjoyed making that video because the subject matter was fucking hysterical. The article that I was referencing was an older article, but it's some fucking high-class coastal elite journalist wrote an article about how casting an Asian character to play a ninja fixed the character of Snake Eyes. And the reason I say that's funny, one, is because Snake Eyes never actually showed himself all but except for but once. One time in one of the comics, he took his mask off and you saw who he was. He was a white American with blue eyes and blonde hair. You know, you're very stereotypical American.
Mhm.
And, you know, this writer was so distraught by that one frame in that one comic, despite the fact he's never shown himself in any other instance. He's always in that suit. This guy thought that casting the Asian guy to play a fucking ninja fixed the character.
Except that it was also not the problem. I mean, come on. I mean, that character didn't have that background.
That's exactly why I made that video, because it was the idea of it was funny. It's like it fixes a character that had no problems, and you're perpetuating the racism that you think you're fighting against by saying that an Asian character needs to play a fucking ninja. I can't say it without laughing because the absurdity is so amazing to me. And it's like I had so much, and not, just for the record, in this video, I had just gotten off of a Ninja Gaiden playthrough, and I was in the zone playing that. I was dressed up in the ninja garb. I had I had the shirt ninja outfit. I had the hat on. And I was like, you know, I even had the heart-shaped sunglasses on. So, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm just going to go in dressed up like a fucking ninja wearing these. Nice. So the only thing you saw was that hat and the pink sunglasses. Everything else was basically shirt ninja'd up in a dark blue shirt. And it was just, that was one of the videos that I had just so much fun recording, because I was dressed up as a ninja and I was laughing at something that I thought was genuinely funny. And
those are the kinds of videos that you need to get some leverage on so that they go viral, because they will help you grow your Chanel.
But that's the problem. There's never enough shit going on in the world that I care enough about to actually laugh at like that.
Well,
you know, it's hard. It's hard for me to. When it comes to topical issues like that, I'm so fucking beaten down with everybody talking about Star Wars and just Hollywood pop culture. It's like I'm so inundated by it. I don't want to talk about it.
Do you know how much I talk about Star Wars? I only talk about it when I'm forced to, and when Mike Zero does something stupid.
Well, I use that as a catch-all, but I say that because it as a catch-all for the type of things that, you know, I just don't want to talk about. You know, it's not just Star Wars. It's everything, you know, related to that everybody talks about. You know what I mean?
Star Wars, talking about Star Wars.
Angles that you can go for the same thing, right? Like if you have your culture stuff, like maybe also have a video that you do where you discuss like one really popular thing or that happened back in like the 90s with like some sort of like Hollywood scandal, or like, so you have like something fresh or something in between, so you don't have to always focus on the present.
No, but I was just illustrating the point. It's having a moment like that is absolutely rare, because very few things come along that make me have that kind of reaction. And again, part of it is, you know, I don't really want to. It's kind of hard to find things to talk about because most people want to talk about modern pop culture stuff or modern pop culture video game shit. I don't have the energy to talk about it on my days off. You know, I'm not making excuses. It's just that's why I don't really focus on it. But
well, no, but like honestly, that always bugs me when people say that they're excuses, because you know it really is explanations to why things aren't working in certain ways. You know?
Glinzer.
Nice.
It's true. Glinzer, I mean, seriously, I don't make Star Wars videos. I can't. It just isn't my thing.
I don't have the.
Yeah,
I do eventually want to make videos talking about the older films.
Sure, I can do that all day.
Not the classic trilogy, but the prequel ones, because the prequels get a lot of hate, and I just want to talk about them at some point. But I'm sorry, culture. Carry on.
No, I was just going to say I have no interest in talking about the stuff that's being talked about most of the time. I mean, people bring me on panels. I talk about Star Wars that they want to talk about. I'm like, yeah, that's dumb. I mean, the Mike Zero thing today that everybody ran with. I'm like, are you flipping kidding me?
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't even know who Mike Zero is. So it's like people talking about Vosh. Like, I don't know who the fuck Vosh is.
Who's Mike Zero?
Culture looks like he wants to strangle me for saying that.
Back a month ago, almost.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Disney Star Wars, absolutely bone. A month ago, Knucklehead comes out and says, Keanu Reeves is going to save Star Wars. He's going to come out and be blah, 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 da-dee. And now, I mean, freaking everybody ran with it. Express.co.uk, the big giant robot head or whatever. We've got this completely wrong. All these sites, they come out with this shit. It's like, and they're like, oh no, according to this, the latest revelation. And then when you get through the article, you say by Mike Zero, you're like, okay.
Yeah, we know where that's going.
And it's the problem is all these websites are so low information, low tier, and yet they use the clickbaity garbage, and then they don't even have to do anything now. They just draft off a Mikey.
Occasionally there is an article that will pop up that has broken sentences. Sometimes doesn't make sense what they're talking about, and they're literally articles that you can read. Like there was one that I was watching a group who game. They're called the Game Grumps. That's a plug. I like them.
Oh, I love fucking Game
They had a thing where, like Danny, did a Google search for an article that his friend found that was called "Is Our Bruno Mars Gay?" And it was an article that was actually written, and it was just like, oh my god! And that's how bad it is out there. Like they just look for titles, they copy paste the titles. That was something Red Letter Media pointed out for like the Star Wars stuff. And literally you can find 15 different articles that's pretty much like Keanu Reeves to be in Star Wars. So exciting. it's so bad. But the name is familiar. So Mike Zero, I do know the name. But honestly, how cool would it be if Keanu Reeves had that lightsaber? LOL, I'm just kidding. I would not like that. The one thing I always liked about Star Wars was the fact that the actors weren't that popular. Like even after Star Wars came out, Carrie Fisher would pop up and stuff and Mark Hamill and stuff, but it wasn't like advertised as like the Star Wars actors, But now if they put somebody in there with a familiar face, it breaks the fourth wall for me because I'm just like, oh, it's Keanu Reeves.
It's like Nicolas Cage playing himself in another.
Yes, dude, that guy. He can't be anyone else, and if you put him in a movie, it's just like, all right then.
God, I want to get a stream and talk about just Nicolas Cage films too.
Did you ever watch that Night at Freddy's thing that he did? I don't remember what it was called.
What?
He did a horror movie recently on Netflix where he plays a mute janitor who stays overnight in a basically Five Nights at Freddy's rip-off place, and he has to kill all of the animatronics. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard that he made, but
Willy's Wonderland? Is that what it's called? Willy's Wonderland?
Yes, that one.
My God, I gotta.
I haven't watched it yet, but that would be epic to talk about.
And thank you for the inspiration for the banner, by the way, Trinoculus.
Oh, nice.
Oh my God, I gotta create more. See, this is the creative mind in me. I like somebody says something, I'll make little things like that. It's like I want to create things that I find that I can have a passion in. And I have no problem making videos that I talk about shit. It's just I need to find something that's interesting to talk. Like I finished a rant about.
Go ahead.
I finished a rant about Zack Snyder and the new hashtags that have popped up because of the fucking Snyder cut, and I make no bones about it. I don't like Zack Snyder's films at fucking all. They're terrible. And it's like just seeing everybody go ape shit, like Zack Snyder's Justice League isn't just 2017 Justice League on fucking steroids. It's like, okay, now we have two new fucking hashtags: Restore the Snyderverse and Batfleck film. Now,
I'm in it for the writing.
The writing, Zack Snyder's writing.
Yeah, well, I mean, like at the end of the day, he did answer a lot of questions that were chopped out of the Jocelyn, and it's. I also like seeing the different styles, because like they've done that before with like the director cuts that people have released, where it's just like this is the vision that they had before it was edited. And I honestly, like, I didn't go in as a Snyder fan because, like, I don't know the directors, like, I just go to see the movie because I want to see it. And someone will be like, oh, well, that person made that. And I'll be like, oh, that's cool. So, I mean, I just went in it for the sake of seeing a different angle for it. And I don't know. I know there are a lot of people who are crazy for that director himself, but, I mean, there are different reasons why it could be a positive way to do it.
Yeah, well, the part of the thing with director's cuts is most of the time they aren't necessarily presenting a completely altered vision of what was made. They're usually just uncut versions of the film that they already made. A good example is Jason Goes to Hell. There was 2 cuts of that film. There was the R-rated cut that was released theatrically, and then there was the non-rated version, which was released on VHS afterwards, which had a lot of extra scenes that was cut out from the original, and that one made it much better. But I don't know. Again, people blame Joss Whedon for ruining the 2017 Justice League, but the problem is, God, how do I say it? Zack Snyder went in trying to create too much vision. Fuck! I lost the plot on what I was trying to say.
Well, I understand because he really had a big shoes to try to fill in the first place. Because it's just like I think that they had a Spider-Man 3 issue where there was too much that was trying to be fit into it in the first place, instead of like slowing down the progression of the story for the superheroes. They were like, no, let's make this an apocalyptic movie. Let's have all of this character backstory. Let's have and it's just like, it was quite the task. And I guess as far as Snyder goes, there was a good portion that was filmed that basically it was rewritten and then refilmed. And it did change stuff for me, even of character wise. Like, he cut all the humor out that Batman was doing, and he actually had several more serious scenes, and he felt more like Batman, in my opinion. I don't know. I'm going to gush. I'm sorry. I did quite enjoy it, but I'm not a Zack Snyder fan. I just really appreciated the version compared to the original. Like, I like to have my phrasing, my gaps filled when it comes to plot holes and all that kind of stuff. So,
right, sure.
If they're really bad plugs, at least they fit in the hole.
But we'll see that brings me to the point that's also the fundamental flaw in what the original version of Justice League was supposed to be. See, there wasn't much. See, you had 2 DC films. You had Man of Steel, which got people into seats, but was still torn apart by the critics later on. And then Batman versus Superman, which shit the bed. And the Ultimate Edition really didn't fare much better. It was still shit, just dragged out an extra hour and a half. So when you have two bombs like that, built on a foundation that's more about style over storytelling. If you look at all of Zack Snyder's films, most of them are about chasing moments. You ever see 300 is a big example of this. What's the most famous scene you remember from 300?
I've never watched the movie, so it's when the guy's getting kicked into the meme.
There you go. There you go. That is the most iconic scene. And most of 300 is mostly that. It's, chasing iconic moments with a little bit of story thread in between. 300 kind of gets away with it because it's an historical event.
It tells a historical event. It tells a really good story, and it gives you a lot of amazing visuals. And that's the one thing. That's the one time when Zack Snyder using the super slow motion stuff, cutaway stuff, worked out perfectly. Plus, when he took on Xerxes, the human god, that was freaking cool.
That was. But see, that's the thing. With that particular film, he's working within a framework that he has no real creative control over. This is what happened with the Spartans against the Persians. Like you can't really. I mean, you can screw it up, but I mean, the story's there. When you're writing a story for yourself, Zack Snyder's stylistic sensibilities get the better of him, and instead of focusing on creating a story with meaningful action scenes, he creates a bunch of spectacle and meaningless action scenes with the bare thread of story in between. Man of Steel got away with it because it was a decent effort at a story, and because, hey, Bone, thank you for showing up, buddy. You have yourself a glorious.
Hey, Bone, don't forget Bear's 2-year anniversary stream is going on right now, so if you have time later, stop by there. Yeah.
Nice.
So that's Man of Steel kind of got away with it because it got people into seats. It was Superman they haven't seen in a while. But when Batman versus Superman came around, it didn't bring anything new to the table. It was the same flawed formula with the same emo Superman who didn't grow since Man of Steel, mixed in with a dark and edgy Batman. And it's like, it's the same formula, but it doesn't go anywhere. It's built on, basically, it's chasing awesome moments threaded together with loose story elements. Like every character in the film, they don't necessarily make decisions that affect the plot. They make decisions because the plot demands them to make those decisions. Like they can't choose any other way. They have to do what the plot demands. You will do what the plot says, whether you want to or not. And when you have those two films set as a foundation, and then you try the super Herculean task of making an Avengers-style movie, which something fucking Warner Brothers shouldn't have done. They were behind the 8 ball a decade already.
Yeah.
It's like, look, people are going to hate me when I say this, but he has all of the stylistic sensibilities of J.J. Abrams, his mystery box, and all of the fucking arrogance of Rian Johnson. He fancies himself a deep established writer, yet he constantly conflates the idea of dark and edgy for actual character depth. It's a lot like a teenager who read the Watchmen comics in high school and then read The Dark Knight Returns, wanted to make a movie like those, but completely misses the point of why they were dark and edgy to begin with.
I didn't realize he wrote those. That's cool.
He didn't. No.
Okay.
But people talk about, he's a fan of the dark and edgy stuff. I'm like, yeah, so am I. But being a fan of it doesn't necessarily mean you understand why it's dark and edgy. Watchmen, The Dark Knight Returns, both of those comics were had that dark tone because they were deconstructions of what superheroes were. That's why they fed into that tone.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong. No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. And that's a whole different kettle of fish.
Yeah, but it's a completely different kettle of fish.
It was like the director who did the Prisoner of Azkaban. He was the first two were Christopher Columbus or somebody.
Yeah.
Who directed them, and then they jumped directors, and immediately there's a tonal difference. The first two were bright and well lit and like soft and like it was like really happy, and then the third one there's sharp, really close angles. Everything is gray and blue and dreary, and it's just like it was very noticeable. Like I was never a big I couldn't spot if somebody changed directors for some sort of series. Like that's just not me. But like that was the first time where I was like, somebody different made this. I just know it.
Well, and that's true, but the books also had a tonal change. That's one of the times when you put a director in a piece of property or in a property that suits them, because it requires a tonal change. It's like, Batman could have the original Batman starting from '89, the film universe, could have had a much better arc if you'd put the right director with the right film, because that arc needed to go, from the cartoony presentation to something different, and it just didn't make that leap very well. Whereas Nolan, with his version of Batman, did a very good job in a very dark world, and he didn't deconstruct Batman in there. He told a very Batman story and gave you like a legitimately qualified origin that didn't revolve around the same way that we'd seen before. With a slightly different augmented source, and which gave us Ra's al Ghul, who I think that was a great way to start off the Batman tale, right? And then bringing in the Joker for the second film, and it's just a lot of really cool stuff.
I gotta say, I was kind of disappointed with it, but only because I love the older Batman stories. I like old, almost retired Batman. I was a huge fan of Batman Beyond when that was on too, of the idea that Dick has taken over the Batwing and then it's moved on. And I don't know, it just felt like he was trying to play it up like he was getting old, but he was too young of an actor and he did too much action to make me not believe it. And so it was kind of conflicting for me to watch it, because I was like, I can't really believe the struggle that he's going through. But I mean, I could see what they were trying, but to me, it just didn't work.
I think, yeah. And unfortunately, if you look at the private chat, I'm going to have to slide pretty quick, but for fun, I did something that I thought would be interesting. So for a long time, I've been playing with AI writers, right? Using artificial intelligence to put articles together. And so if you don't mind, I actually put one together real quick. Do you want to hear what it sounds like?
Yeah, we'll play it for us, and then we'll.
No, I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it in real time. So here we go. So I typed in the title: "New Star Wars trilogy is in the works." Okay. And this is what comes out. You ready?
Okay.
In December, Disney announced that Lucasfilm is developing a whopping 10 new TV series for Disney, set in the Star Wars universe. The company also confirmed that Taika Waititi will write and direct a Star Wars film, with Rogue Squadron taking the role of the helmsman for the 2023 release. Last Jedi, which the studio tapped for work on the franchise, but is conspicuously absent from the list of the new series for Disney's new Star Wars film, the series The Awakening of Power, a series of 4 new episodes of The Force Unleashed, has been announced, featuring Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Leia Organa, and Darth Vader, among others. Rian Johnson's Star Wars trilogy is to focus on characters who have little or no connection to the Skywalker bloodline. Little is known about the location at the moment, but given the polarization of Last Jedi, a full trilogy of conventions has emerged, addressing the challenge posed by the Last Jedi series. The Star Wars universe will provide plenty of talking points for viewers. No release date is expected, but no release date seems certain at this point, giving us a good idea of how much of a fan base this will appeal to. The American space opera created by George Lucas, the Star Wars sequels and trilogies, have been the focus of countless rumors. It is produced by Lucasfilm Limited and distributed by Walt Disney Studios Motion Pictures. The Star Wars sequel trilogy is a collaboration between Lucasfilm Ltd., Disney Animation Studios, and Disney Entertainment. Lucas had planned a sequel to the trilogy in 1976, but canceled it again in 81 and 83. It wasn't long before Disney renewed Mandalorian for a second season, but only the 6 episodes were produced at the time. They were described as a complete story, but were ultimately produced as a series of short episodes rather than a full-length film. Now that Pedro Pascal Mando is set to return as Baby Yoda, or as Disney on calling him because it insists on calling his child Baby Yoda. It seems likely that there will soon see more episodes of Mandalorian: A Galaxy Far, Far Away. Lucasfilm has announced that a new Star Wars trilogy will be released after episode 9, with at least first part written and directed by Last Jedi director Rian Johnson. The new Star Wars series will separate from the Skywalker saga, according to Lucasfilm. No characters have been introduced yet, but we're pretty sure they'll be introduced. Last Jedi is a film in Star Wars canon. Star Wars Skywalker's Rise is what it's meant to be, but it's not. When the film landed with incredible critical praise, Disney quickly offered Johnson more work in the franchise and announced a trilogy of films with the director as the director. After Disney shelved other film projects and seemingly moved away from the big screen rights, it seemed that the film could drift quietly away to become a force to be reckoned with. This is nothing new for the franchise, but rather a sign of a new direction for Star Wars as a whole. But in an interview with the director, USA Today reporter Sarah Wilson learned that Rian Johnson's Star Wars trilogy isn't coming anytime soon. The fate of the post Skywalker's timeline is now in flux, and still a mysterious film in the works could shape Star Wars 10. The Last Jedi director Rian Johnson is involved in developing a trilogy that would be the future main series of the films. It will tell the story of a new generation of pilots and could be a sequel to the original trilogy. Taika Waititi will have a different spin in his own film. War for the Galaxy, as far as we know, but there is no word on whether or not he's involved in the development of the trilogy. That could be the main film for the future. Since the Star Wars Awakens has hit theaters in 2015, Disney, owned by Lucasfilm, has released 5 new Star Wars films, completed the Star Wars sequel trilogy, and dropped 2 standalone anthology films. The story is something of a near ending to the Skywalker saga, and it has all the great ingredients for thrilling moments. Meet The Rise of Skywalker, released on December 20th, but it looks like the studio plans to stop production of Star Wars movies anytime soon. You guys see what AI does?
Oh, sort of. I was going to say, just think of all of the ads that basically are, getting paid per, the second that you're on your page. Because, that's what they want you to do, is the longer you stay on the page, the more ad revenue they get. And that's why they make it, you have to click a link to extend the article and click a link to change the page.
So an author will take something like that, which is and create something derivative from it that doesn't sound like so much gibberish. But if you saw, as I was performing it, I was literally reading off the page, and there were some sentences that were just preposterously ridiculous. Yeah, but yet, I think that's how some of these things do. Yeah, anal intelligence. Who knew? Yeah. So I broke off there because that article went on another several minutes. So, but I can do this all day long, just by coming up with a title and just feeding it into the AI.
What is this thing you have?
It's called AI Writer. AI Writer or AI Writer. I think I'm trying to remember what the website is.
Yes, I found it.
For next April Fools, you should do all of your news channels with A Writer for your what you're talking about. And just don't tell them, and just do it completely straight face. Dude,
see, so one of my favorite episodes ever on a standalone video that was done on Mahler's channel was GetLeb, right? And I swear to God, he used this to make the freaking thing. Because I was the first 5 minutes, I was like, what the is he talking about? And then I'm like, oh, it's auto-generated. Because there's no way he talks like this. It was this is ridiculous. So
that's awesome.
You can feed the AI writer a bunch of stuff in kind of, in kind of the same vein, and it'll spit out these stories. You just have to generate a headline, give them the email, and then work from there. So, yeah, pretty crazy.
I think you went too easy on it. You should have gave it a super bizarre topic.
Oh,
see how well it did.
Share it out. Well, thank you.
I said we're about to end it too, man.
Yeah, it's a shame.
It's always nice for Fat Steven to try. I like Fat Steven Seagal.
Fat Steven's the best, and not only that, I mean, just beyond being a good guy, just a great channel. He's so close to 1,000. Just we got to push him.
Yes,
We got to
push
force
Fat Steven to 1,000.
It's going to take all of us, but we need to do it. And also, we absolutely need to help support Bear Nerd Fund's 2-year anniversary, which is happening right now. So,
Bear Nerd Funds. All right.
Bear Nerd Fund. Anyway, I thought you guys would enjoy an AI article. Just yeah. I could be Mike Zero, right? That's totally Mike Zero article, right?
It sounds too smart for Mike Zero.
Well, hello, Fat Steven.
It's good to see you, Fat Steven.
Yes, I don't have to torment him in Twitter messages right now. I can torment him on fucking stream. Oh, it's become almost. I mean, I've kind of fallen off the routine because I've been so pissed off lately. But it's become a routine. I'll dig through my phone for random memes, and I will send it to him.
I love memes. They're the best.
And God, if I'd have known, I have to dig some out and share them to you as well. But I share them to him because we're in the same time zone. And usually before I go to work, I'll share them out. It's like we're in the same time zone. You're free if
I got a slide. So
all right. Well, hey, Culture, thank you for showing it. You sure you don't want to wait for Fat Steven to show up and torment him on your way out?
I would love to. I wish I could. And I think Fat Steven is a very good choice to replace me with, to be sure. But anyway, guys, I am going to be making an appearance on Comics Division's channel tonight for that thing. So I really appreciate all of you guys.
What did you just say? Did you just say 201?
My dog says goodbye. And I do too.
Did he just say 20?
I'll catch you
Holy
later.
shit!
What's that?
Check the channel. He hit.
Oh, nice. Muy bien.
Hold on.
Atlantean en fuego. I don't know how to say 201 in Spanish. Sorry. No.
Right there. Right there.
I'm saying, right?
Holy shit.
Whoa.
I don't know how I hit 201, but I did.
You had AFK Bard on the channel.
Yes. I always love having AFK Bard around.
That's right.
Tonight's a good night.
Oh, God.
Well, congratulations on that.
That's okay. I don't. 201. Oh, my God. So.
All right, my friend. I will be seeing you very soon. Thanks for letting me on and torturing your channel and all of your mates. And you guys have a great night. Be sure to take care of yourself. Take care of others. Wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye.
Take care of yourself, man. Oh, God. Too bad Twicked wasn't here. We could have annoyed him on the way out by talking about race wars or something. I wasn't going to say it while he was on here because he would have been like, yeah, I'm gone. Okay, it's... Oh, my goodness. But
thanks for having me on, by the way.
Oh, it's... So, yeah, I haven't had you on in, like, forever. And it's like, I don't know if she... Motherfucker, hold on a second. I don't know if she's
good company.
Busy or anything like that. 201. Holy shit. I don't know... Like, I don't know how I'm fucking... What the fuck?
Yeah, I swapped departments in my office in, like, February. And, sorry, December. God, my mind is just blended together. And it's just, like, it's been way higher, like, workload and stress. So it's, like, I've been, like, dropping off from, like, so many different, like, YouTube channels. I barely can check my Twitter feed. Because it's like when I clock off, I just want to vegetate, you know.
just hook yourself up to a wire, maybe put an oxygen mask on, and fucking hibernate. I get it.
Yeah.
It's
fun once in a while to chill in a stream. So thank you.
That's why I haven't. That's why I started. Like I said, this whole stream of consciousness thing, you know, I started one night. Oh God, the history behind this. One night I was just so pissed off about everything. And this wasn't just everything outside the world, but this is like everything online too, the community and just all that. Something was pissing me off.
Yeah.
And I couldn't sleep. And it was like 11, 12 o'clock at night. You ever in that situation, that moment of sleep and awake where you're like conscious, but you're not quite conscious. You know what I'm talking about? That lucid state?
Yeah.
The semi-lucidity state where you're like aware of everything, but you're still kind of like hopped up on your own. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of like that sleep paralysis idea of where you're not asleep, but you're not fully awake or in control of what you're doing.
You're just at a level. You're just at a level of tired where you're still functioning, you're still up and going, but you're just hopped up on your brain juices of sleep that you're just like, you're just kind of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was in that state of mind. And it's like, you know what? Whatever. I got up, no lights on. The lights were, fucking the TV screen. Yeah. The computer TV was bugging me so much. I was like, whatever. I blindfolded myself, sitting in the dark, talking into a microphone. And that's how this stream shit started. Because I was pissed off. And I'm like, you know what? I'll do this again next Monday. And then I had Runner on.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
I had Runner on. And that was my second episode. And just kind of snowballed from there. Okay, we have a special guest that I don't always get a chance to have on because he's always doing his other streams. Fat Steven Seagal, how you doing, buddy?
Am I live?
Yeah, you're here.
Oh,
hi. I feel honored to be on the Angry Atlantean show. I'm probably going to get tortured with golf balls and AFK left to protect me. So I'm going to win here.
Oh, speaking of Runner, this is our day. No, he's not here. I
was going to say.
But this, I forgot to do our daily reminder. So this is your daily reminder.
This music makes me want to choke on a golf ball.
On a golf ball. Yeah. Like that?
My dog likes it too.
The music I had was I think that was this just royalty free stuff that I had lying around. And it's like, I have this really funny accordion music. I need to make use of it. And I thought, you know what? Let's make a daily reminder with the Runner is not a shoe toy hashtag. And just see how that works. And it works pretty well. Oh my goodness. 201. Holy shit. I'm still
Sorry, I'm suppressing my dog.
Okay. That is hilarious, but I had an idea. You know how he has that new haircut, right, Runner?
No, I haven't seen Runner.
Well, it looks like the weirdest faux hawk ever, but what you could do is try to get his head and crop it out and use it as the Jaws tack scene, right? So you see the water splitting and his hair just comes out of the water like the fin. And I'm going to hell, aren't I?
Wow.
What you use it as like a
no, Runner Studios. This is not a haircut. I do love Runner. I know he had his birthday, I think, not too long ago, right?
Yeah, it was like the middle of last week or something like that. Yeah, he's no longer the child-sized chew toy. He's the adult-sized chew toy. That sounds really wrong.
That wrong. I'm not even good at question what the fuck.
He's an adult until he can drink, so he's still got a couple years to go. Who cares if you can vote anymore?
Yeah, it's like, who cares, right? That's not important.
He's a good
technically,
dude.
if he goes up to Canada,
runner's a lot of fun. Runner's a lot of fun.
Mhm.
But oh god, I don't know. Man, I wouldn't have noticed if you hadn't have pointed that out too on the stream, like 201. I'm like, are you fucking shitting me?
Well, I had to make 199 separate accounts to get you there, but
That's really talented because that would have been like 19 before I knew who you were. So,
well, no one knows who I am, right? I just float around like a fridge.
yeah, he's just fat Steven Seagal.
That's pretty much it. Walking meme. Yeah, that's it.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm
No.
honored to be on the stream that rolled over 200.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm half expecting YouTube to take those subs away.
Well, hey, it probably will, but who's to say they won't come back? Because that's happened before.
Oh yeah, it's happened. It's just I'm not even gonna touch that particular fucking subject because that shit pisses me off just as much.
What pisses me off is what I just saw happen up in Canada. But did you guys see the 12-year-old that wasn't wearing a mask and the cop shoved him over?
I heard about it.
The skateboarder? Yeah, I saw the video and I was like, what the fuck?
Oh yes, that's on the heels of that shit that they pulled, basically giving cops authority to do that.
It hasn't been. They haven't given the authority yet. Most cop stations said they wouldn't do it, and it still had to go through the actual thing to become an actual law of enforcement. But Ford also, I think he pulled it back after everyone was giving bad things. But the way I saw it and I'm watching it, I'm just like, I'm livid. I'm just like,
it's ridiculous, dude.
It's a 12-year-old. It's a 12-year-old kid. The cop is pushing over. 12-year-old kid.
You know, fucking police brutality.
It is.
Like, and I don't say that lightly. That's legitimately what that is. And of course, if that shit happened down here, I could tell you the reaction. I could tell you the reaction, fucking exactly what it would be. Half the country would be outraged. The other half would be saying, "Well, you should have fucking wore a mask." Like, fuck off.
No, it does not. It does not work like that. No.
It doesn't. It doesn't. But they would be making those snide remarks like, "Well, he should have followed the law." It follows the same logic of. You guys ever heard the old bit about how America spent millions of dollars trying to invest in a pen that writes in outer space?
Oh yeah.
And this everyone would point out the joke that said Russia took a pencil, and they would use and yeah, it's like Russians just used the pencil, and it's a joke about it's a snide joke, talking about the over excessiveness some people go to. But it's also that mindset that actually overlooks the entire reason something like that actually occurred. And I point to that mindset because it's the same kind of mindset we see here. When it comes to this mask shit, people say things snidely, like, oh, in a sort of ironic echo, like, oh, you should have, just followed the law. You should have just worn a mask. It's like you're completely missing the fucking nuance of everything that went on.
Yeah.
Just to make a point.
Well, and it's always been a brutality thing beyond even this recent surge of racial fighting for equality and all that is they're if you watch Red Letter Media, there is an episode where they watch Surviving Edged Weapons, which was an official police video that was required watching for police, and it's the most ridiculous over the top scenario thing where they basically teach the cops to think of everything as a weapon. And watching that video, even though it's a really old video, it's just oh my god. Well, first I was thinking, wow, you could make that into a weapon. But then I was like, wow, that's pretty intense. And they use real life examples of when that happened to a cop. Somebody had a knife in their boot and stabbed a cop in the cheek, and it's oh my god.
Yeah.
I mean, the problem is, things like that are kind of put out there, Oh, dispenser.
I mentioned this in Fat Steven's stream today. It's like Velociraptor equals distance raptor over time raptor. He's like, what? I don't get it.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Dinosaur humor, so
it just
I'm all through.
I love physics humor. That's what it is. You know, velocity equals distance over time. Velo- like Velociraptor equals.
I'm just thinking. I'm wondering about who came up with this.
Somebody who's quick on their feet.
Oh man!
And just thought it was. This is the kind of shit I actually bug him with on a daily basis. In DMs, it's. And I do it specifically early in the morning.
SpongeBob once, caveman SpongeBob. He knows I'm awake. And he's like, he's drinking now.
Wow. My math
like he hasn't. It's like he has. It's like I do it on purpose. It's like, you know, right? Because we live in the same time zone. I say he's technically like the closest to me out of almost everybody that I know. But it's like, you know, so we're in the same time zone. It's like he gets up right around the same time I do, and it's like he has a morning routine. I don't. I'm up and I'm out. I don't drink coffee. I don't do anything. This I know. I'm the demon that loves the morning. I get it.
No, I love the morning, but I also polished off 1/4 of a bottle of tequila last night. I was up to 3 in the morning, so my body was like, "You motherfucker, go back to sleep." I'm like, "I know. I gotta get on the keyboard and pretend I'm important, and I gotta grip attention for people."
Yeah, but it's just like every morning I'm doing that. It's just like, here you go. And it's like
I didn't get that at all. I was like, what the fuck is he doing? And I'm looking at him, trying to even understand it. I'm sitting there going, fucking, you're using math. And I'm like, that's racist dinosaur math. And I was like, fuck this. I'm not doing this.
Yeah, and it's like,
I love math humor. It's just great.
I love.
Sorry.
No, keep going. I was
just gonna say I've got a T-shirt that has my I ate my pie, or I can't. Wow, it's been such a long time since I was writing it, but it was basically pie, but it was like, you know, pie. But sorry.
No, it's fine. You don't need to apologize. It's like there's. Hang on. He knows what's coming.
Yeah, it's probably SpongeBob in the cave again, not freaking out.
Oh, I fucking loved that meme, by the way.
I love that SpongeBob, but I also love the Doodle SpongeBob, which is even better.
I can't stand Doodle. I don't know any good memes with Doodle SpongeBob, but the one that I shared to you was like,
which one? Jesus,
it was.
I'm not scrolling through it. Oh my god! Like seriously.
Hold on.
I can't read all that. Twitter doesn't
I'll
want me to read all that.
I'll find it. Okay, don't worry.
SpongeBob is the best.
Oh my god. This one, right? Oh shit.
Although I gotta say, Patrick is the worst best friend in the world. He's a horrible being, and he takes advantage of SpongeBob all the time. Like seriously, if you psychologically look into their relationship, he's the most abusive friend in the world.
Yeah,
I made that super serious. Sorry.
No, it's fine. This one, Fat Steve.
Fuck you. I'm not logging on right now. I'm not going to do that. Jesus. It's like, what you need to do is have that be like, you should do another one if them holding the Bible, reading it from backwards to front, so then Jesus rose actually twice.
It's like when Jesus left the tomb.
It's like having where in the world is Carmen Sandiego team looking for? All right, gumshoes. Where is Jesus?
Oh my fucking Christ! This one just makes me laugh all the time. It's like this is one of those things that never gets old. It's like always funny.
No, it's true. SpongeBob is universally loved at this point. There's just something magical about that guy, and everything about him, especially his memes, are timeless.
Oh, it's let me think. There's another one.
That is the best one ever. I love that SpongeBob. I don't know why. It's like troglodyte in so many ways.
This one.
When your phone is at 1%, The phone one makes sense because you're like, I need to find an adapter.
This top one right here too is great. When you're in the
They're so
bathroom and someone starts
relatable.
jiggling the handle.
It's true because you're like, it ruins your piss flow.
Oh, this one. When your friend is about to pick you up and you can't find your wallet.
Yep. Or your keys, and you don't realize it's already in your pocket for 5 minutes.
Or your phone, just like,
And you rip up the whole place, and you don't realize you're wearing your glasses the whole time. Yeah, I've done that numerous times.
I've done that before. When you hear your mom pull in the driveway, and you haven't done your chores.
Oh, no.
This was me. My mother, my mama Atlantean can relate. This was fucking me growing up, especially with it. I fucking hated doing the dishes as a kid. And so it's like sometimes I legitimately would forget, and other times I would kind of procrastinate and overestimate when she would be back. So it's like, like 10 minutes before I think she's gonna show up, I start doing the dishes. She comes in, it's like, you still haven't done them yet. I'm like, you started.
Oh, I'll say I went through a road phase.
Hey, Thomas Guilty.
Oh,
Hello,
hi,
sir.
Thomas.
Hello, sir.
Oh, Thomas is here. Shit's gonna happen.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
And Kate's here too, so I gotta go put on my bubble wrap armor. You know why I call it bubble? You know why? Because it works twice. One, people just start popping it, and two, it still will hurt. Depends. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, man. Now the party's been happening.
When it's 1 a.m. on a school night.
Oh,
No, that was me playing Sims.
I never got into that. No, Sims. I never got into it.
Oh, I like the Sims.
Yeah, I started playing it at like 6 at night and literally phased back in at 4 a.m.
You're not that, huh?
I think you're on drugs. I think you're on drugs. I don't know what he's on.
Who's on drugs now?
All of you. All on drugs.
I mean,
no, who's on first?
No, who's
what's on second?
I love that there are people who still know that reference.
Well, it's used to death, but I was also trying to figure out. Bard, have you got any more statues?
I'm sorry.
What?
Oh, no, sorry. I was distracted by the meme. No, I have one on the way. It's been on the way forever, mostly because the person I ordered it from ran out of supply after I ordered it and didn't tell me. And I was like, what's taking so long? So I had to order it again. And then I've been eyeballing one that, God, I want it, but it's a Hot Toys. And so, they're incredibly, ridiculously, stupidly expensive. But that one is so hard to resist because it's a Black Widow and it's from the first Avengers. So she's got the short hair and she's got like the killer bust. And Gary says they're anatomically correct. Just saying. But so I'm kind of looking for that. Oh, and also the one that is on the way happens to also be a Black Widow because she also has that hair. Like, I don't know. I just don't like the way they gave her hair, like that blonde look towards the end. Like Scarlett Johansson looks amazing with red hair. So every time I see something that's like a very, flattering game, like toy or statue, I'm totally going to go for her because I dig it. That's a long answer. Sorry.
I like peanuts.
Oh, man. Chocolate covered peanuts.
Yeah.
No, it sounds like
maybe. Well, it's chocolate. I'll eat anything that's chocolate.
Oh, culture's still lurking.
Culture, get back in the channel and stop going to Toxic Femme. I know that's where you are, waiting for like the cleavage shots. Come on, everyone's waiting there. He is. He's gonna be like, "How dare you? How dare you?"
Casino.
Yeah, Chuckles Cleavage Casino. That's what we're gonna call him.
Yeah. I'm still in the mindset. Culture needs to create an alternative YouTube account, but instead of calling it Culture Casino, call it Politics Casino.
Oh, that would work. And
then you tell him that the Politics Casino is a half a mile down the river from the Culture Casino.
Oh, nice.
And I take that back, Kate. Yeah, I don't think you're mean. You're actually very logical when you're not being mean. No, I don't mean it, but just like it's already Monday. It's just like everyone seems. It just doesn't seem to stop, does it? It's like I can't remember a morning I've woken up where there's not like drama or some weird like story about this and that. I'm like, can we just talk about like puppies and cupcakes for like 24 hours? And
I don't know who's been.
Was that like a wine bottle that popped?
Well, but the whole fucking the stores are now back, even though they got taken down. It's all of this stuff. Oh, you didn't hear about the Drunks in Ryan's store got taken down for a cent.
Oh, that shit. Yes, I heard
about
up.
It's back up though.
It got taken back.
No.
I thought it got taken down again.
Drunks went down twice. Did it go up a third time?
About an hour ago, I actually approved it by buying a shirt than not buying the shirt because I couldn't afford it. But it went through. It was still showing up.
Oh, good. Yeah. That was fucking ridiculous. I mean, like I rarely get pissed off, but I'm like, seriously, I want to, mentally kick a lot of people in the shin. That's me being as violent as I can, but yeah. Sorry. And also I ordered Uber Eats, but I'm getting more than just a milkshake, okay? Yeah. Don't judge me.
I've said nothing. But it's like, I don't know, man. I want to say I have the luxury, but it's also a little bit of a misfortune to pretty much not be plugged into the internet almost all the time because I have to work. I work out in the real world and doing, that sort of stuff. I don't have, an online presence that I have to focus on. So I don't get to see all of the bullshit drama that happens.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? For all the good and bad that does, bring with it. Like in this case, I didn't really know about the story until much later. So that's kind of a bit of a downside to not being plugged in. That said, most of the stupid shit that goes on, I
don't care. You just don't care.
Yeah,
you don't care.
I don't give a fuck. Because it's either because it has nothing to do with me or because it's just so utterly retarded that why?
Yeah. It's reached a point too now that we've hung around with a lot of these people so long that we know what type of people they are online, that they can get through it. They have like thousands of people in their corner, always there to support them, and I know they appreciate that. But at the same time, it's never going to stop. And that's why we need to focus on something that's fun and happy in a way. Just have fun. Just have fun.
Oh yeah.
If you can't have fun, you're not entertaining yourself. And if you're not entertaining yourself, your viewers will notice.
And it's just, and it's not even just that. It's like.
But if I get one more fucking dinosaur math racist thing in my meme DMs ever again, I will bitch slap you with a T-Rex tip.
But I didn't actually send it in your DM.
You wrote it, and I spent 20 minutes trying to figure out what the
fuck
wrote it.
I wrote it in the
and
chat.
I'm there playing a video game, and all of a sudden I'm all getting, what is he talking about? Is he like the Velocicoaster? Is he waiting for that to come out?
Writing Fat Steven love letters and DMs with dinosaur pictures?
Well, you showed up today, right? AFK, or was it yesterday? No, in the game stream.
That I must have had a stroke. Does that make sense?
I don't think Atlantean tells anyone they love them. If he does, it would probably be he'll write it in Sharpie on his fist and hit them in the shoulder.
He makes this heart dinosaur in the sky.
Or he takes his glasses, he breaks them like a beer bottle, like one of those old movies. He's like, I love you, you fucker.
There is a part of me that some people do see. Most people do not see that. So I will leave it to the imagination. And I know his imagination runs really wild.
Well,
so
it's ADHD and it's tequila, of course. And it's weird, but it's weird, right? I was up till 3. We were just having a great conversation. I'm not going to say what because I don't want it, whatever. But we were talking about things in such a way that, I was realizing when I was hammered, I was watching myself talk in an articulation that I'm like, why can't I do this when I'm not drinking? Why is it my articulation is better when my tongue is about to get swallowed?
Well, I think it has a lot to do with inhibition.
You don't want my ass? No one wants my ass.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the fact that your tongue is trying to escape your throat from being swallowed that makes the articulation happen.
Yes, it's trying to succeed. That's it. My tongue, I wake up and my mouth and my brain go, what the fuck is wrong with this?
Oh, yeah. What the? Oh, God. Listen, I don't drink much anymore.
Neither do I.
Yeah.
No. My rule is usually during the Christmas holidays and maybe on my birthday. But other than that, I usually don't touch stuff. But
Yeah, I don't drink.
it's been a weird up and down couple weeks. So I was like, all right. And it's tequila, so it's like my kryptonite.
But it's like I don't really drink all that much anymore. But when I went away from for school down in Massachusetts, I'm hoping he clicks the link and watches the stream as I'm talking about this.
Is he going all weird in the voice, or is that just
Me? No, that's me normally.
okay? Because you're gonna like you're underwater. My ass is definitely a hard pass, Ginger. I don't even look at it in the mirror. Don't even look at it. But
And it's like I would do my drinking with him, and he would always make it's like anytime he and I would be together, he was always laughing at me because I would talk about the strangest shit when I was drunk. And my mic is being weird. My mic is always weird.
yeah, but it sounded like it was going like underwater. That's what I was trying to figure out.
if I turn away to a certain point, it's not catching my voice, it's catching the deflection. Like if I turn it around like this, you can still hear me, but it sounds really weird. It's the way the microphone is designed. If I'm not speaking to it directly on like this fucking thing,
That's really fucking loud.
Yeah, directly head on.
Oh, okay. She was talking about your ass. Okay, not mine. I get no respect. Oh, respect. But
What about my ass? No, I don't want to know, Rowan. I don't want to know. Stay facing your mic. Why would I do something like that? Why would I not turn around and just talk normally and make you wonder what I'm talking about, Like sing a song, hey diddle diddle, the cat. Okay, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm going ape shit.
Oh, look, he's having fun and he's getting embarrassed. That's so cute. Careful, he'll go full blind Daredevil.
I'll go fat Terry Silver on your ass.
Oh, that's even better. That was my favorite. Yeah, I will eat your ass, and then I'll use Mr. Miyagi's chopsticks to finish you off.
Oh.
Well, he used it to catch the fly, right? So that's what I was going with.
Yeah. It's like the first time I showed up on stream with the clean shaven face, he's like, and the first time I met him on stream, I wasn't you.
I was a dick.
Well, I mean, you still are, but
yeah, I know. I'm a professional.
But no, it's like I kind of got the feeling he didn't know how to take me. Like
I didn't. I was terrified. I was like, this guy is bigger than I am. His beard's better than mine. And I was sitting there going, if I make the wrong joke, because you always look like you're resting pissed off face, right? You look like, if anyone says my name, I will punch him in the face. But I think it's because you just don't like dealing with anyone's crap. It's like when it comes to drama and the way that some of the YouTube stuff all comes down the trend on every video, you try to stay out of it, but at the same time, you don't want to be not acknowledged because you're still there to listen. But you have that face of like, I will beat your ass.
This is what I call my neutral happy face. This is a holdover from when I worked in fast food because it was.
You worked in fast food? I never would have guessed.
Shut up.
Aww.
I mean,
I still have a fry from 1864.
He takes after it. No, I don't. Just take after. No.
Did you ever have to wear one of those face masks over your beard?
No, because I didn't have a beard when I was working.
He wore the beer net. That's what he wore.
Because I always felt bad for the chefs that were forced to wear those.
Well, they had to, right? Because I think it was like health and regulation. So if you didn't wear the net even on your beard, like last thing you want to do is be flossing while eating soup. It doesn't work right.
That's true. It just looks so embarrassingly ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would not want hair in my food. I know I watch Top Chef shows and their hair is super long and never pulled up. And I'm just like, there cannot be a plate that doesn't have a hair in it.
Is RBF like a real boob friction? Is that what it is? I know it means resting bitch face, but I don't know what's wrong with me.
It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, I say it was a joke when we worked in fast food because most people had this sullen look on their face, like they don't want to be there. And being me, I eventually turned into the
asshole.
No, the class clown of the way. I'm glad you find that funny. I'm so glad you find that funny.
I'm trying to picture you as a clown. That's why it's funny.
Clowns are terrifying. I will never believe otherwise. Even the ones that are made to be quote unquote super cute are demon spawn. They're like just like level 1 or level 2 hell. But that being said, I actually gotta go. My dog is kind of begging me to go OUT this demo.
All right. Well, thank you for showing up, AFK. If you're not doing anything next week,
sure,
I'll send you the invite.
Sure, Kate.
Totally cool.
I've never had a woman ask me so openly before. I'm gonna never be allowed back here again.
I am removing that from the stream thread now.
You're not.
I'll catch you guys later.
See you later.
You're taking off?
She is going to take care of her dog and do those things.
Okay. Sounds like a mafia hit. Mark's gonna hate me for that one.
Oh my god.
Comes back in.
Her dog is secretly the Dawn of the mafia.
Are you sure? It's like the furry I don't know how you say that.
The what?
But no. But I don't even know anymore.
Neither do I.
I don't know. This is the great awkward stream. I feel great. Are you going to be on Wes's this week or no?
Depends on how I'm feeling Wednesday night, dude.
Depends
it depends if I get the invite too.
Do you work? Like, what are your schedules? I know you work like weird hours. Right?
I don't work weird hours. I work during the day. It's not weird hours. I literally work morning to about mid-afternoon. No, I work. How do I want to say it? My days off during the week are Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
It's a weird weekend.
Well, I originally started working.
What do you do?
I
don't dox yourself if you don't want
to. I drive. Let's put it that way.
Oh, you're an Uber driver. Okay, cool.
Well, no, I'm not an Uber driver. I would not fucking be an Uber driver. Are you crazy? I don't like people enough to do that.
You don't want your car hijacked halfway through the day? Not everyone.
Who the fuck is gonna hijack me up here? Some redneck asshole with a pitchfork. Get over here, buddy.
If someone wanted to hijack you with a pitchfork, I would let them just so I can make the police phone call. I would have someone just hijacked my car with a pitchfork. Are you serious? Yes.
I'd have to answer the question of why the fuck I was up in the county to begin with.
Leaving the house?
Huh?
You're not allowed leaving the house?
Oh, it's not about leaving the house. It's about going 200 miles north just to find somebody with a pitchfork.
Oh, fuck. But
it's a joke. It's the county up north. The county is all countryside. The redneck people with the... if I have to explain it, the joke's not funny.
It's not, no. Oh, I keep farting and I keep hearing. I keep farting and I'm realizing the mic could probably pick it up. So I'm wondering if halfway through the other stream, they're like, who keeps farting?
I don't know. It's like, who keeps stepping on a mouse? I don't.
It's exactly what it sounds like. So like someone's just put sat on a balloon and it's like going very slowly down. And you're sitting there just going, oh shit, this is the worst roller coaster ever.
Somebody stepped on a duck. I don't know what the fuck is. Shit. No, but that's what I do. It's like I have Tuesdays and Wednesdays off, but Tuesdays I have things to deal with around 2 or in the afternoon.
Okay,
and then Wednesdays I don't do anything.
Is that why you end up on my morning streams? Because you just don't do anything? That's what you're considering? Like you're just like fuck this guy.
No, it's usually with the morning streams. I'm getting ready for work. They pop on. It's like, you know what? I'll put this on and listen to it while I'm driving.
I like hearing grifting in the morning. It's better than actual news radio. At least I know he's trying to make money.
Well, it's
right.
I've seen that one before.
Which one?
The
one with the kitties? Oh, you just saw that. Yeah.
I've seen it. It's like that. That's always a good one.
Well, CJ sent that to me. I was like, I'm going to use that.
Yeah.
Kitty on a titty. That's just yeah.
Shit. Oh man, the Elf on the Shelf shit just is so. Most of them just bug me. It's like It's like, you've heard of Elf on the Shelf. Now here's, it's like, dude, fuck off with your elementary rhyming shit. Like, you're not creative. Like Trooper on a Pooper or something. Like, fuck off.
How did your rant go? Is it all ready to go?
Yeah, I'm editing. I had it up. I don't have the program open anymore. I saved it as it was, and I'm gonna go back to it. But I have it. I recorded it. I didn't follow the script. One, because I couldn't remember the entire fucking script. It was too goddamn long, and I couldn't. I couldn't. Have it up and read it as I'm recording, because one, if I'm wearing these, you can see my eyes looking at the screen, and if I wear these, you can see the reflection. You can see that I'm reading the script.
Yeah.
As I'm going on. So it's like,
I can read your whole monitor right now.
So
I still look ugly as fuck.
The only thing you're seeing is what I'm seeing right here, which is this fucking StreamYard box. But so I did that. It's like, I don't know. I tried to make it work. It's like, I got the ideas out, I got the rant and everything out, but a lot of the anger, I go to record it, and I'm like, okay, I can't read it because I don't have the right flow. I can't memorize it all because, well, I
have no flow.
I have flow. It's just
you need. I know this sounds weird. I know you have time. I know you don't want to do it with people, but like, I think you have the ability to actually get along with certain people and get that flow. Like, I know one of my friends, you've heard of 24/7, right? You've seen him or heard him, right? No, dude, he has the voice of like Barry White. You hear him talking, the slithery snakes are coming around the bend, like that Simpsons episode. He has that voice, and you're just sitting there going, I would drop my panties, but you're already doing it without realizing it subconsciously. Like, oh, wait a minute. Yeah.
He has that Sean Connery sounding voice. Like,
it's your boy 24/7. And it's like the bassiest shit you'll ever hear. But so Tuesdays or Wednesdays? What time Wednesdays? Because I even Kate, I think, agreed. Kate, do you think Atlantean would like Gary and Keith? Think they get along with them? And I see you, Dad Man walking, professional stalker.
What is he here?
Yeah, Dadman's in your chat. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
It's my Betty about time. Gotta go get up early. Great streamer, lady. Fat Steven in chat. Rowan agrees. Yeah, I'm good. I think if you're free Wednesday, our show starts at 7 p.m. Eastern. It's about just animation and cartoons and shit. We just talk about anything. But you've met Gary, but I think
no, I think I met Keith.
Keith is the black one.
Yeah, I think I met Keith when I was on Sven the Nordic Ninjas stream.
Yeah. Oh, you did. Yeah, Keith is pretty intelligent with talking, right? Like, he can story tell.
Yeah, I learned that.
Sorry.
Talking up a storm.
Yeah.
But then again, too, I was also on a stream where I really wasn't sure what we were going to talk about, so I had nothing really to input. So it's like,
that's okay.
But no, it's like, so I got it recorded, and I'm glad I wrote the script and everything, because I got all the thoughts. I got everything I wanted to say down on paper, and I had most. It's like I took that. Mm-hmm. I tried recording it the first time. It's like, okay, there's a lot of good stuff, but it doesn't quite have that flow. Like, it just felt kind of disconnected. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to record. It's late at night. I'm going to go to bed. And, I was working it over in my head, like, the past couple of days, like, how do I want to go about this? Like, do I need to rewrite it? Do I just take the basic points and just go off the cuff, which is how I do most of my videos, by the way. I don't ever write it. Okay. Most of the ones that don't actually require a lot of thought, like the Splatterhouse video or something that, needs a lot of planning out, I usually do off the cuff. And when I say off the cuff, I legitimately mean off the cuff.
Spur of the moment?
Head. Sort of. It's usually...
When you write or try to do, like say, audio for a video, and does it take like 30 to 40 takes because you realize that you're not getting what you just talked about before you press record and you can't get it back again?
It depends. If I'm doing a basic video, like okay, what are you asking?
For me?
Yeah. Explain the question a little bit to me.
To be or not to be. That is okay. For me, making videos where I actually have to where I record, like, I'll make the video, all the pictures and shit, and I'll have it set up in format. And then I try to then I make a recording, and then I try to use that as the custom audio. It never goes the way I want it to, and it takes about 30 to 40 takes. The reason why I know this is because I see in my voice recorders like 1, 2, 3, 4, and all I see is failure 1, failure 2, failure 3, failure 4. Because I know halfway through, you can even hear me still recording. I'm like, oh fuck, I fucked up, and then I go back again and hear the next one. I fucked this one up too, and it just I can't do videos where I have to do the dub after. I prefer the live streams like this because you're gonna fuck up, but you can still have people to feed off of. You seem to be more strong with that as well. You like having the interaction of people as long as it's not the people that take away from whatever the fun or the actual target of the information was.
Or they're either overpowering everybody and just can't get a word in.
Well, that's a body odor thing. I really can't help you with that one.
That's what I meant. It's not what I meant.
Stinky fuck.
Or it's just that there's nothing to bounce. Yeah, when it comes to live streams or anything, I'll bounce off people all fucking day long. If there's something to talk about, if there's something to be said, and something that's worthwhile to talk. Usually, if somebody says something that sparks an idea in my head, and someone asks me about it, and it's something I'm passionate about, I'll either start talking about its praise or I'll go into a rant. Most of the time, it's going into the rant.
Really?
Yes, because I do a lot of I could think of a lot of shit that I could.
Why haven't you done that?
What do you mean?
The rant. If you have a lot of rants, why haven't you done it yet?
Because most of the ideas that I come up with. Well, no. What the fuck?
That's the recorded 30 minutes. Sorry, that's for my capture card. I just wanted to have Baba Yaga pop on for a minute there. That's the new Resident Evil that's coming out of May.
I'm hoping I don't get fucking claimed for this.
You won't. There's no audio. It's coming out of a capture card.
Okay.
And I can. It's not like I can always do this too. Oh my fucking god! And do that, and do that, and do that, and do that. I don't know. This one looks prettier. This one looks prettier.
But what was I saying?
I don't know.
What was I saying?
I'm not a psychic. That's my job.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I know.
The rant videos. Well, most of it is somebody says something that's just in the moment, and then I kind of go off about it. I can't do, but it's also within context to what we're talking about. I can't do that with, just recording regular videos.
I get you.
Because I have to have a passion behind it.
I've always wanted to ask, like, when did you get on YouTube, and what was the whole main goal? Was it about doing the retro gaming?
I planned for it. That's not how I started. It's not at all how I started. I actually got started doing the very thing I said I would never do, which was
porn.
I never actually said I wouldn't do that.
No,
so don't bring it up. Don't bring it up.
I brought it up, but
you know how
it went down so far. You have no idea.
You know how I'm gonna respond to this. You should. Don't joke, Shulf. But no, the first video I made was a kind of video I basically said I would never make, which was basically a rebuttal to somebody else over drama. And it kind of got me started on that path, and it was just, I don't know.
Was it fun?
Doing that video?
Yeah.
I don't know. It didn't. In retrospect, it was just kind of like, what was the point?
That makes sense. It's a good answer, because sometimes a lot of people go back to their old videos like, why did I do this? Like, oh yeah, that was fucking stupid. All right.
Yeah, it was like, it was just one no-name person pretty much talking shit about another no-name person for 40 minutes because he decided to make a video to try and chase clout back in the whole early fan
Matt Jarbo
thing. No, Matt Jarbo isn't. I don't think I could match wits with Jarbo because he plays on a level so beneath my own. I can't comprehend it.
You just got to throw a couple rocks at him like a golf ball.
But it's also okay. Look, I don't even want to cast shade, because I know if I say something, someone's gonna fucking take it the wrong way and it'll start shit.
There's a difference between casting shade and sharing an opinion of a person.
Oh, I know. I know. And people confuse those all the time. But it's like my opinion of Matt is I could I'm pretty sure on a certain level, I could swiftly,
Spoon him.
I could swiftly, put his argument to rest. The problem is the way he constructs his arguments, it's not necessarily from a place of logic, it's from a place of arrogance, and he bounces around.
Mm-hmm.
It's a case of shifting the goalposts and playing on a certain level of emotion rather than logic. And it basically he plays by his own rules of logic and acts like you want
to know a secret? I've never watched a single one of his videos.
I've seen a few of them. I've seen most of his stuff on Twitter.
I'm a fan of his Twitter. I'm a big fan of hypocrisy. I love it.
But it's a bit like playing chess with a fucking seagull.
They don't play chess. They just steal your cheeseburger.
Yeah. But it's just like playing chess with the pigeon. The pigeon doesn't necessarily know the rules you're playing by. It just knocks the pieces over and shits on the board and then struts like it won the game.
What the fuck?
This
has to be like a 1990s pigeon, because pigeons now, they don't give a fuck. They'll just come in and just shit out of everything.
It's just I don't know.
You don't care. That's a good mentality. You don't care about the bullshit because it doesn't affect your life in a living factor. And honestly, that's one of the things I like about you. See, you don't care what goes on around. You listen to this story, but you don't apply yourself where it actually give a fuck. Because if you don't give a fuck, you don't have to worry about it affecting you or warping your perception of how you see things, how you want to deliver yourself, and how you want things to be delivered to you. And that's what's going on. In general, it feels like it comes in waves, but a lot of people are getting swept up in the waves rather than the personality that they started as being. Yeah. Does that make sense?
No, I didn't understand a fucking word you said.
Go fuck yourself, you fucking tequila motherfucker.
Well, I mean,
you sound like a family Christmas. It's like, is that Steven at Christmas? Oh, I don't understand a fucking word that man.
I'm being
fucking over his mouth and all here shit.
I'm being partially genuine because you did kind of overlap yourself a little bit towards the important part.
I'm fat, right? So it's always overlapping.
It's not what I meant.
He's fat shaming me. It's my first time ever here.
Hey, you know what? I'm fat too. I have the fucking right.
I thought you were just like smuggling donuts somewhere. I just that
donuts aren't worth smuggling. What are you talking?
No, especially when the icing melts and it gets stuck to your nipple. It looks like a weird piercing.
Christ, dude.
I don't know how I get away with some of the shit I say, and people are like, "You're never coming back."
I mean, I can tell you right now, I do not use donuts as nipple rings, man. So
eclairs.
I hate eclairs. Eclairs
but it's the funniest shit ever, right? Because you squeeze them, it's like my nipple can have cream.
If they're made right, sure.
It's gluten free. I swear to God, it's gluten free.
The left one's gluten free. The other one is diabetic safe. Like, what the fuck am I talking about?
That's it. You're not talking about anything, but you're smiling, man. I don't ever see you smile as much. And I feel so bad that cheesecake.
Yeah, I'm not talking about.
Like I said, my grandmother actually makes them from scratch. Well, she did.
Yeah.
But
you feel so bad for what?
Who feels bad? What?
I don't know. You said something about feeling bad. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I always feel bad.
Why?
I don't know. Because it's easier to self-defecate. Wait, self-defecate's the wrong word.
Well,
I sit on myself every Monday.
Self-defecate.
Called live from the can.
Self-defecation. Is that what happens after somebody removes their head from their ass?
No, that's decapitation.
Okay, that's it. I said removes, not clamps their asses together with.
Well, once you clench once, it's over, right? So.
And yet, blue check marks never learned that. So,
well, because the check mark prevents the actual blockage of what is their head up their ass. They use it as like a hat as well as a sign of hope for their own stupidity.
Oh my fucking Christ!
Yeah, I'm going.
I hate blue check. Fucking blue check marks.
I can't wait to put one outside my house. I'll put it on the 21st story of the condo. Be like, yeah, I got a blue check mark, and then look, I'm going, well, fuck. So wait, what's the difference? So if a blue check mark facing up, it means you're signed that you've been verified. Does the down one mean you're unverified? Did they give you like an upside down one?
I don't think there is an upside down one.
Well, there's stuff that I should work on. I can actually make a T-shirt. Like, can you imagine having like the Twitter check mark, but upside down and just call it unverified?
Well, they just call that having no check mark.
Yeah, but that means I just have a blank shirt, and then it's boring.
Well, I mean, that's the point. You know.
Or or do like the old school duck hunt screen, but instead of the normal ducks, you have it with the Twitter birds.
Yeah.
Twitter hunt right there.
Oh fuck, that would be great. Just
I have not been drinking at all, actually, Rowan. I've actually had a sober day. I'm still wearing pants on one leg. I am still good.
on one leg. That's important. You got half your pants on. Would you call that a pant though? Would you have a pant on or?
I haven't thought that far.
Oh my god! Like I fucking love that humor. Like would you call a fly without wings a walk?
Oh, I can't. I'm not even. One where it makes your brain have to double think, and I'm just like, I don't want to. I don't want to do it.
I don't want to deal with that. Holy shit! I love that. That my favorite kind of humor, man. I swear.
Well, I'm glad you're still on YouTube, by the way. I really can't stay forever because I tried to last a half an hour without you going, fuck this, fuck. I can't take this shit.
Say it again.
Thank you for letting me on your channel.
Yeah,
and not being
problem.
like, mute this motherfucker. I'm done. So
Why would I?
I'm used to it. No, I'm not really used to it. But that's just the way I perceive things.
Yeah, you self-deprecating a bit too much. It's not going to work with me.
No, I don't want to do it on purpose with you. I'll just pull on your man bun and call you Samurai Jack. So there you go. I saw it. I saw the ponytail.
Well, yeah, it's a ponytail, not a man bun. Get it right.
Okay. Well,
look, I'm not.
You
I'm
hate
not that
word.
much.
You hate that word.
Not, what, man bun?
Yeah.
I am not that much of a hipster douche. Okay, I'm not even close to being. I've seen a lot of. Oh my fucking Christ! I can't tell you how many guys I've seen with the fucking stupid man bun, the nicely shaved beard, and the pasty white skin that they have while wearing fucking khaki shorts and Crocs. Like, go fuck yourself, you douchebag.
What's wrong with Crocs? I'm not serious. I'm really not serious. I don't wear Crocs, dude. It's okay. You want me to wear Crocs?
Crocs. What's wrong with Crocs? I mean, aside from the fact that this Swiss cheese that you wear, and the fact that it's like a guy wearing sandals or flip flops, not sandals, but flip flops. It's like a guy wearing flip flops anywhere outside of the pool shower. It's just fucking weird.
Yeah, it's weird. One leg. Okay, good to know you're just weird. I am weird. I everyone should be weird.
Crocs with socks. Oh my god. Socks with sandals.
I would wear the socks over the Crocs on my feet just to throw fucking people out. What the fuck are you doing? Well, so definitely not what you're doing. You're weird. Yeah. At least they can't tell I'm wearing Crocs. Just really weird fucking stuff.
Oh my goodness.
But no, thank you for letting me on, man. And I really hope I can get to introduce you to both of them because I think you need to find some other people. And honestly, don't give up on Wes. I think Wes is a good show. Like honestly, it's been
I'm not giving up on Wes.
I'm trying to say, man, I'm trying to bolster you up. That sound like I'm trying to wait in the bushes for a free Twinkie. I think Wes is good. I'm surprised I even got on that show because I remember the first night was it Christy, you, Yeti, I think Rowan as well, and it was Culture's moment.
That was the night
we. 2 minutes of emphysema.
Oh my god! The entire outro Culture tried having because he tried to say wonderful and he said wonderful.
Yeah, it was great. I'm glad that I think Wes said he's a little more credit when it comes to that, especially with the people he brings on, because that Wednesday is what everyone wants in the middle of the week. It's the hump week. You know what I mean? It's somewhere everyone can just be stupid. And I know he tries to do a format with a topic, but as soon as I see the topic, I'm like, I'm done.
Somebody shows up.
You're blaming me, aren't you? You're blaming me.
No, I'm not blaming you. It's anybody who shows up that can.
You said somebody.
Sometimes it's me that derails it.
That's true. I wish Vigilante
You know?
would come back. I feel bad. He's like, that motherfucker. I've already talked to him. He's like golf balls need to stop. Like they're not going to.
He doesn't. He really doesn't like the golf ball jokes, does he?
No, he does. He's fine with it. He finally got around to it because it was serious because we talked and I'm like, it's not going to die, right? You could play that off like the Stephen Walton enema shit, right? And he's like, no. I'm like, good.
I actually did manage to wedge a Stevie Wonder joke into the rant. So.
Oh no. Superman has worse aim than Stevie Wonder at the fucking.
No, it's
social.
Not that low hanging.
Oh, I don't know.
Don't worry.
Here, hold on. And before I do say we can close out because I will definitely give this to you for a share. You won't get claimed because I have it on my channel. But this, I think, is what everyone needs to remember. That's why I save it. Culture hates me for it.
Oh God. Ready to go?
Oh, I'm ready to go. I was going to turn off my. There we go. Bam. I'm back with grifting.
All right.
Oh wait, that's the wrong channel. Everyone should see this video at least once. I'm gonna make it as my welcome video.
Fucking away. Anyway, one of my best friends in the whole world, and probably one of the most genuine human beings, and funniest that I know is Wes Moody. So thank you all for finding your way over here. If you're not already subscribed, if you are subscribed, you got a unique opportunity to enjoy a whole lot of people just having a really good time. So thank you for being here. You guys make everything happen. If you're not subscribed to the wonderful people on this, shut the fuck up, dickhead.
3 hours later.
I love that drink.
Seriously,
God, I hope none of you die tonight. That's all.
Oh, somebody please clip that. Please clip it.
I want that as my opening.
I want that. I want that for every live stream.
Welcome to the gaming lounge.
That's getting put in one of my videos.
That's I love everybody. That's the problem.
This went on for 2 minutes, just constantly laughing.
Oh my God.
I love all of you, and God damn
I think I was laughing the hardest out of all of it.
It sounded like Chewbacca was
kicked in the nuts regularly. I don't know what the hell that is about. But
then
look,
I start playing the
all of
donkey
you out
sound
there in
effect.
the world, you guys are. The only reason we're here is because of you. So I thank you all. And please check out the Gaming Lounge tomorrow. We really are trying to get that channel off the ground.
Not anymore.
We have 10 collaborators. We have 6 creators that are linked to the channel directly. And I thank every one of you for being here tonight and for subscribing to all these giant ass hats that I'm here on the channel right now.
I'm sorry.
I hope that nobody falls down an elevator shaft anytime soon. And please enjoy your
dead in 24 hours. None of this matters. We'll all be murdered.
Oh wait, where'd it go? I fucked up. Hold on.
Subscribing to all these giants to the channel directly. And please check out the Gaming Lounge tomorrow. We really are trying to get that channel off the ground. We have 10 collaborators. We have 6 creators that are linked to the channel directly. And I thank every one of you for being here tonight and for subscribing to all these giant ass hats that I'm here on the channel right now. I hope that nobody falls down an elevator shaft anytime soon. And please enjoy your
dead in 24 hours. None of this matters. We'll all be murdered in 24 hours.
Oh my goodness. And the fact that it went on all through Wes's outro, it's like,
we couldn't stop laughing. We really could. That's it. Wes is great, and I honestly think that kind of shit you don't really find as much anymore. For 2 minutes straight, people lost 10 pounds in laughing.
yeah.
But thanks for having me on. I don't want to keep you too long. You've been going almost 3 hours. Congrats.
Yes. Yeah. Normally this would have ended at about the hour and a half mark when Culture and Tristan would be about ready to log off. But hey, you popped in. I'm like, you know what? I haven't had him on in a while. And you do your other streams at the same goddamn time. So it's like, it's like I can't always have him on because he does his other stuff, but I can't do it later at night because I have Culture on, and all that stuff. So it's like 7:30 is kind of is what it is. But yeah, I think we're gonna call it here.
That's cool, man. Thank you, man. I'm glad you had a laugh. I'm glad you look happy.
Yeah,
I'll send you a dick pic later and ruin it all. I was gonna reply back. Why does it look like a Tetris piece? Why is it shaped like an L? What the fuck's wrong with you?
All right, so my fucking Christ. Well, I still have a voice. Thank y'all for showing up in the chat. Y'all have been wonderful. All y'all that left and aren't hearing this, y'all are so wonderful. But yeah, hey, have a glorious fucking night.